Hello, everyone, and welcome to Playday number 2 for Invite Series. Our first game tonight is going to be Bonk versus UltraLight. UltraLight previously in the last season being known as Liberty. My name is Carl. I'm being joined by ye old duo of Loaf. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. This is gonna be an interesting match, just to say the least.
I certainly hope so.
Yeah.
Bonk made it all the way to the Invite Series finals. I believe they actually beat Liberty, now UltraLight, in the semis to make it, where they
Mm-hmm.
fell to Nobu 3-0. Because my son decided he was going to step up for once.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm definitely excited to kick us off. First map is going to be Clubhouse. That was Bonk's pick. Strangely, Ultralight selecting to start on the attack. So, I'm hoping they have something interesting cooked up.
Yeah. Generally, what you see from that is it's one of two things. You see an overly competent team that goes in and just gets absolutely railed, or you see a team that knows what they're doing and can use the attack to get the ball rolling early on, so that when they head on the defense, they don't have to worry about too much, and they're not worrying about trying to build up momentum after the defending team has already had the time. They try and use that attack to just sort of build into the defense so they can close it out quickly.
Yeah.
But going up against a team like Bonk, I don't know. I question that decision, to say the least. It's Bonk is a really strong team overall, and going on a map like Clubhouse against them as well. I think I think it's going to be rough for Ultralight, but we'll see. I don't want to speak too soon, because they're under a new banner now. They may have changed things up. Who knows? I'll
You know,
reserve my judgment until after I see them play a couple rounds.
um, you know, well, by the way, the players are ready too, so we can head right into the map. Again, it's Clubhouse, Bonk starting on defense, as well as defense and OT. So whenever both teams are ready, we can jump right in. But something I want to point out, I'm pretty sure in the game against Liberty, at least Cafe and Border were played. I'm not sure what the third map was. I think it may have also been Clubhouse. This might be the same 3 maps. The map Bonk lost was Border. I'm sure you remember, Loaf, the 1v5 from
Mm-hmm.
Firemeister.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm interested to see if Ultralight, maybe we see the exact same result. Clubhouse goes in favor of.
Some combination of those. Maverick, although being pretty consistently banned out, and there goes the Thatcher as well.
Yep.
That is going to leave the Capitao up. So since Ultralight have left that Capitao available, I want to see them use it. I want to see the Capitao used, because some people argue that it really doesn't have a ton of effectiveness when it comes to a majority to sites other than CCTV security, but he can be used pretty much anywhere. Maestro going to be the next one banned out. I've seen him increasingly in the tier 3 scene, at least, banned out more and more. Frozen saying nothing has changed, and there goes Mira as well. And okay, so here's something I've noticed. Mira is pretty much consistently banned. I mean, that's just the way things go in tier 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even when she's unbanned, she's rarely ever played. And especially on a map like Clubhouse, it doesn't really make sense, because there's not really any good, solid place for Amira to be played. I mean, yes, you have potentially a spot or two down in Church Armory,
Ooh.
but other than that, I don't really see any real potential of her use.
Yeah,
if I'm being 100%
it's
honest.
see, Clubhouse kind of falls in the same category as Consulate, where it's just not one of Mira's best maps. She doesn't find as much use. Like, there's a couple places where she's super good, but not necessary. It's just, again, on the sites that she is pretty good, you just don't want to deal with it. So, next D, you see they're faking out the Blitz for a dirt push, but actually going to swap into the Hibana. Interesting that Hibana is going to be the only hard breacher on the board. They're not taking the Thermite, instead swapping his usual position out for the Dokkaebi on Firemeister. I don't know. I don't really know why, to be honest, because, I mean, they're not setting up for the SSG roam, obviously.
No, they aren't.
They've got a Wamai, a Kaid, and an Echo. They're not roaming very heavily, unless Lava decides to do something disconnected. I guess maybe they thought there was going to be a roam with, well, I mean, even Pulse is just going to play West Armory under the Kitchen Hat, so... I'm not sure what the Dokkaebi could pick us for. I mean, we'll see. Maybe he'll make something happen. Again, too, with the new update, remember the destruction changes to the DMRs. They now make significantly larger holes in walls. They bring barricades down to less shots. They can open soft hatches in 6, I believe. I think it takes 6 shots for them to break a soft hatch.
Yeah.
So, I'm interested to see. It looks like we also might have a smoke dirt hold from Woods. They've got Barbed in there, and there's no way they're just going to leave Barbed in the middle of dirt with no one sitting there.
Yeah, I would hope they utilize Woods there, because that's probably the best place to play a smoke in order to try and stem off that dirt push. And it also allows, if there is no dirt push and they end up pushing through Moto or back even through Blue, you can rotate back and you can still take care of it without having to really move out of your position in Blue. So hopefully we'll see that coming out from Woods there. But it does look like he's actually going to just kind of... It looks like he's actually kind of sitting around the Blue church side of things.
There was no Impact Trick or Electro Claw in the Kitchen Hatch.
Yeah, and it looks like, I don't know, they might be expecting the Impact Trick, but they're going to be going ahead. They're going to be using one of those Hibana charges to open up dirt. And no, the Kitchen Hatch is open. Yeah,
there was nothing protecting it. No one Impact Tricking, no Electro Claw on it. And okay, Lava is actually going for a roam. He's going to find the player in Garage, and I guess they just didn't drone him out. And Resolve will fall on the Ash. Yeah, it's not a big utility pick, but it's still a man off the board before he's swiftly traded out by Psycho. And that's a 4 versus 4. Probably the least impactful trade you could ask for.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, an Ash for a Jaeger. I mean... there's almost no impact lost on the side of either team here. Although I will say Lava's been a pretty consistent fragger. So I mean, if nothing else, I mean that's something you're losing a very decent fragger. Kind of early in the round. But yeah, so that is interesting. They're using Wamai to hold that down instead of the typical smoke, which is interesting. I'll be watching to see what they do with this. And they have Psycho pushing it rather than Ohawks with the stun charges of Zofia. He's sitting upstairs on the Kitchen Hatch instead.
And there's nothing this IQ can do about the shield that I actually really like from the Goyo as well. It's a good position for Siberian to hold. So he's just going to sit there and waste time. They're pushing him now. Okay, it looks like the Zofia has rotated, but Frozen finds Firemeister, followed up by Whitlock on Nexty. And out of nowhere, it is now a 4v2 for Bonk. And this player, Psycho, still holding in dirt, stuck by the Wamai. Hawks is now separated completely, but Siberian peeks up and exposes his head, so Psycho takes full advantage of that. Psycho as well, you're talking about consistent performers. Psycho is usually on top of things, akin to the Psycho in Latin America, as Hawks will just drop Kitchen Hatch, take out Frozen, almost finds the player in blue, will take 1 bullet onto Woods as the gas will actually light up Psycho. The plant now going down from Hawks, but it's stopped by the Yokai. There it is. But the IQ is found by Woods as well, pushing out from blue, trying to find the planter. Will get lit up. Shotgun comes out, but he's down. It's a 1v1 now for the IQ. Hawks is, I mean, this is still very doable. He's got 14 seconds and the angled grip, and he actually wins it against the Echo. What a turnaround from UltraLight in the 2v4. Hawks with a big, I believe, triple kill on the round for him. Psycho with 2. And a fantastic turnaround from the attack.
Yeah, that caught me completely off guard, because on the side of, I believe that was Whitlock who was left up there, it looked like Hawks was just facing all the way down Oil Pit. He wasn't turned over towards him at all, and then just all of a sudden he was dead there. But Yeah, that was an incredible clutch there by Hawks. Again, like you said, a triple kill in the round for him. Psycho a double as well. I mean, that was a round that I feel like overall Bonk should have won, but I think probably the biggest oversight was that kitchen hatch that just had nothing protecting it whatsoever. That is still baffling me. Like, I do not understand why that was left completely soft, and well, it wasn't left completely soft, but it was left with no electric claw. It had no way to impact trick it. It had just nothing there to really try and prevent them from taking it down.
It was, yeah, because usually when there's a Maverick Thatcher ban, that makes Kaid such a significantly more powerful operator. And what you usually see is, an Electro Claw on either Blue and Moto with impact tricking dedicated to Kitchen, or Moto and Kitchen, and you just Electro Claw it off. But like you said, they just had nothing, and I think that is what bit them in the ass. They had, I mean, additionally, combined with the fact that Siberian got aggressive on Psycho, which he really probably didn't need to, and Psycho was quick on the reaction to find the headshot, that allowed for Psycho to move in through dirt, and because they were distracted by the man moving through dirt, I guess they didn't know Hawks already rotated, he got the silent drop in the kitchen, or through kitchen hatch that apparently no one from the defense knew about, and he was just on top of his guns in the gunfights. So fantastic fantastic play from the Zofia. The Dokkaebi didn't do anything, so I'm kind of glad that they're going to swap off that and pick up, I mean, it's Ash, but the Ash on Firemeister is going to allow Resolve to pick up the Thermite and double up on the hard breach, which I think is a good change.
Yeah, no.
There's the Electric Claw on the hatch.
yeah, that Dokkaebi had really no impact, and it looks like they've shifted that off of the blue stairs hatch, which that made no sense to me. Why have you thrown a Cade onto the blue stairs hatch? It's really only utilized in something like a rush. It's a rush down blue, typically during an SSG hold. And there's Psycho already in blue there. Lava not able to have any impact there, but Siberian there going to be able to get the kill all the way back from in dirt. And that's Psycho down very, very early. But Frozen dead as well. It's a TCSG gone, but both of his claws are down. Too. Yeah, C4, but both of his claws are down, so it's not a ton of utility loss.
Yeah. It is a performer for Bonk, though. Frozen, talking about consistent players, a lot of times, I feel like Lava has his ups and downs. When he's on, he's really on, but when he's down, he doesn't provide much. It's usually Whitlock and Frozen that I think are the most consistent on that team. But UltraLight able to shut down Frozen first, and he's usually a really, really good TCSG player, but it's actually the Thermite charge next to the hatch, because, again, no one's playing West Armory. So they can't take out the Thermite charge on the soft floor from below. That's going to let him just get free control over the kitchen hatch, and they're not even going to need to dedicate utility to clear out the Electric Claw. Because I was about to make a point about how, I don't know if I agree with the Ash pick over a Buck or a Sledge, because you don't have nades. No nades means it's significantly harder to clear out the Electro Claws on the Moto hatch and the kitchen hatch, but they just ignored it because, again, no one playing West Armory, and Firemeister's taking control of the hallway into long. Resolve is getting that plant. No, Siberian pushing out of dirt will take out Hawks, though, and because the cover is fallen, Resolution will fall off the plant, but now Nexty's there with him, and they're actually going to change plant spots all the way to the west side, but Woods will kill Firemeister on the Ash. Siberian again pushing out of dirt. Hope he felled, but Lava trades back on Nexty, trying to get the plant down, but there's one in the hatch. It's the Jaeger of Lava, and Lava finds the final kill. Bonk will take round 2, though it looked a little hairy. They were able to get it back. A fantastic flank from the Jaeger as well.
Yeah, that definitely started looking a little bit concerning there. You had no one sitting in West Armory, and there was nothing contesting that hatch drop. However, they were able to very easily converge back on it and take things into their own hands and get it out quick. But yeah, that, like you said, a little bit hairy, but overall, I think it was just fine.
Yeah, I definitely think, if Hawks doesn't go down on the cover, maybe not push Siberian that aggressively, the plant could have gone down, and obviously when the plant's down, there's a much more advantageous position for the attack. But unfortunately, Siberian was just better in that instance, won his gunfight, and I think that may have been one of the most important frags of the round, especially with Lava on the flank. That was a great, I believe, 2-piece by him upstairs. So we are going to rotate, speaking of upstairs, onto CCTV cache, though, and again, Kaid coming out on Frozen. No Goyo, though. We saw them switch off of Goyo. I forgot who they switched onto, but interesting that we're not seeing Goyo on this site. Instead, they're just opting for the double up on the electricity. But Hawks is bringing the buck, so he might be able to clear that out from below, or with nades if they burn all the ADSs and magnets from CC window.
Yeah. And so another thing to mention too, the Capitao is not banned out, and that was a conscious decision by UltraLight, considering they had the second attack ban. Maverick was already gone; they didn't have to take care of it. It was a choice between wanting to get rid of Thatcher or wanting to get rid of Capitao, and they left Capitao up. And with the amount of utility, especially for this site, that he has the potential to bring, and not seeing him brought, is interesting. Now, there are, like you said, there's multiple ways to attack it. You have Hawks and Firemeister can potentially take care of most of that electrical utility from down below if there's no real lounge hold. But it's still interesting to see because Capitao, where he's sitting right now, still has a lot of good potential especially for this side.
Yeah, so interesting that they're not bringing that, but hey, maybe the nades are enough. I think the reason why they're not bringing Capitao might just be because Siberian's hard sticking the Wamai. That would be the only reason, but I mean, you're going to have to clear it out for the nades anyway.
Yeah.
That's interesting. And Lava, looks like, we were talking about he's got off and on days. Looks like today is going to be on, and he's going to find the first pick on the Resolved. And wow, that is the Thermite dead first. A huge pick. And, oh, that was an awkward engagement. Willock falls, but Siberian at least trades back on the Psycho. And it's a 4v3, one of the hard breachers down, as well as IQ with an Echo on the board. Advantage heavily in Bonk's favor.
Yeah, already Bonk taking. I mean, the hard breacher down as well. That's kind of got to throw it in the way of Bonk here. I mean, Nexty still has the potential to do something here, and it does look like they're going to be trying to take care of that with an nade coming out from Hawks there. It is going to get some of that utility, and Nexty will be able to go ahead and open up this construction wall. And it does look like there will be anything testing it there, but Firemeister taking out Frozen, but Lava trading it back really quickly. Nade gonna try and come up and get someone, but it will not be successful from Hawks.
He looked at two positions where they were playing and then looked away. That is heartbreaking.
Absolutely. So, I mean, a 3v2 here, it's still definitely doable from the side of UltraLight here, but Nexty and Hawks have got to make a big move here. They're really only focusing on this construction side push, and unless they try and go for multiple angles, I definitely think that Bonk have a really good chance at holding this down.
Yeah, they should win it out. And through the breach, Lava's going to get his triple on the round before he's finally shut down by Hawks. But this is the man that made it happen last time in the 1v2. The question is, can he contest the bullet holes from Siberian? And can he avoid the yokais of Woods? He's going to start droning out to get a little more intel. I think he knows there's someone on red trying to push into the breach now. We'll start to get the plant down, but there's yokais on him, pinging him out. Oh, and Woods has positioned himself all the way down in garage. So, I mean, if the Buck can't get this next kill in the next, 5 seconds, then he's lost the round. Though he does take out an Echo Drone. That's an excellent utility pick, and he's able to fell the Wamai. Now it's a 1v1, but the Echo Drone's still up. 10 seconds left. He can stall out, as it's 7 seconds to get the plant down. He'll find the Buck, stun him out, drop the drone. Perfect yokai play. It's not going to get it taken out either, chasing it around, but no, he gets it, and he's actually able to stick the plant. The Echo, being a 3 armor, might not be able to get up in time. He's by the red rotate, moving it with the bearing 9, though, and as soon as he plants, Woods is able to find him. Again, a very, very nice try from Hawks. Came down so close to clutching his second 1v2, but unfortunately the Echo was just a little faster than I think Hawks thought he would be, and that's a successful holdout for Bonk.
Yeah. And yeah, so Bonk already putting themselves up 2-1 here. They're looking fantastic. I mean, they head to Gym Bedroom now, and they pull it off with a 3-1. They win one more side after this. CCTV, Gym Bedroom, or downstairs once again. Even if they fail this site, they'll have to win 2 more, but I feel like that's fairly doable. Coming away from a 4-2 half is probably the most ideal thing for Bonk here. If they can come away with a 4-2 half, then I definitely think that it'll make things really hard for Liberty, especially since they chose to start on attack.
You call them Liberty.
I just call them Liberty. I see the L at the end of one of their names, and it's like, oh, Liberty. Yeah, and oh yeah, I remember Nexty. It's like, no, this is UltraLight. UltraLight. They opted to go for attack here. Knowing that you have opted for this side and you come out of it almost as bad as you possibly can for a standard sort of take from this, it's got to be demoralizing, and I think Bonk will be able to take that momentum and just steamroll through the rest of the the rest of the map and take it out. But it won't. With how I've seen UltraLight playing, it's kind of up in the air because they have the potential to pull out some really great clutches, and it's come down at points to just 1v1s, and it's just a matter of the execution and what kills they allow Bonk to get.
Yeah, and I mean, we see the clutch factor is there on the side of, you know, players like Psycho, Hawks, Firemeister, people that we've seen do it before, but that's not something you can rely on. It's not something you can say every round going into it. Yeah, if this goes down to a 1v3, we'll win.
Yeah.
You can't do that unless, you know, you're like freaking
unless you're Pengu playing in a league.
Yeah, unless you're Pengu or like Bosco or something like that. Like, you can't rely on that. So I want to see UltraLight try and step it up a bit. It seems like their setup is okay. It's their execution that fails, which we see that's it happens to so many teams. So first things first, though. Willock on the Bandit, protecting this jacuzzi wall. They've got the gym window open first, but Siberian is going to destroy Nexty. Where was that?
That was actually through the wall in between gym and bedroom there, and out that window that they just opened up there. It was a nice little long angle there from Siberian. The MP5 SD with that ACOG is just, oh so spicy, especially all the way back there. Yeah, he had the perfect angle from the bathroom there to take him out. So now Hawkster is going to be trying to take care of that castle barricade. Looks like he will get it open, and that's going to force Whitlock off of it. Yeah, so they're going to have to find a way to clear out this utility now. It does look like Psycho here is looking to try and get underneath, try and help it out there, but Siberian there getting another kill, taking down Hawks. That's a little bit less utility for him here. So they're trying to burn out any ADSs, anything that's preventing any utility from coming up there. And now they do have Psycho coming up here, and Whitlock is not aware of it at all. He actually thinks there's someone coming in from logistics. So Psycho, if he plays this right, he could get a really big kill there onto Whitlock.
I think the question here right now is, when Psycho moves up, will Whitlock hear the barbed? Because a lot of times, you know, we see with team comms going on and stuff, sometimes they don't hear it. He's going to hit the barb, though. Catch Whitlock as Lava trades back Firemaster from Logi. It's a 2v4. It was done on Church by UltraLight, but two different players. Resolved is all the way off-site, but Psycho with the pre-fire finds Siberian as the breach will go down. So at least you've got a decent opening for your attack, but the Jaeger pushing in will find Psycho through the gas, and Resolved is left on 30 HP in a 1v3 against, I mean, the UMP, but also the 416 and the smoke canisters of Woods. It's not very doable on the side of the Thermite with only 27 seconds left. UMP will almost find its shots, but it's the Jaeger to clean it up at the end. Lava with 2, Siberian with 2. And a good holdout from Bonk yet again, and that is a perfect site rotation.
Yeah, that is a perfect site rotation. They're up 3-1 now. They did lose that first time they went downstairs, which, I mean, that kind of, thinking about it statistically, I mean, it kind of gives UltraLight a little bit more hope going into this round. This is the one time they were able to beat Bonk on a defensive site. Was the very first round, and here on Church Arsenal. They have a 50% win rate on it, better than their 0% win rate on every other site so far.
Actually, do you also remember, was it a 2K for Lava or a 3K?
It was a 2K for Lava. Yeah, it was Siberian got 2.
No, that was a 3K, because Lava got the guy who dropped Logi.
Yes, you're right.
So it was a 3K for Lava.
Yeah, so 3K for Lava there. But yeah, thinking about this statistically, this is where UltraLight has to win. This is where UltraLight has to win because, I don't know. Thinking about it, they also have a decent chance when it comes to going back to CCTV cache. It came down to a 1v1. So I feel like, I mean, leading up to it, it was very heavily in Bonk's favor, but UltraLight were able to recover and pull it back down to that 1v1. They were just unable to really recover from that just due to the time that was wasted.
Whitlock played that Echo really, really well.
Yeah, he did. But I feel like they still have a decent chance on that side. It's not completely and totally just out there for not happening again. From them. So I feel like this side and cash are really two more chances they have. So they still theoretically have a chance to pull this up to a 3-3, but in all likelihood, I don't think that's going to happen. I think we're going to see this half and out 4-2.
Yeah, I would not doubt it. It's up to, but again, right? This site was won off a clutch, a
Yeah, that's fair.
1v3 from Hawks. So if he's able to do it again, sure. Siberian maybe gets careless and dirt again, sure. But he's not even to challenge it as he actually picks up his shield and books it out of dirt.
Well, no, it was actually the other way around. He had his shield facing the blue stairs, and he's shifting his shield into dirt.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah, he hears the push coming in from dirt, and he's like, okay, I need to move now, and I'm going to go ahead and set up and prevent this push. And it does look like they've actually tried to set up a little bit here for an impact trick, but they don't have any impacts. They had a C4 come out from Frozen there. Oh, that was Sledge. And yeah, he's looking to try and get some nades in there to take care of the electrical wall, but nothing so far is going to be able to do that. The Sledge is going to open up a little bit more, but yeah, there's once again that thermite charge on the floor there, and I'm not sure if that was successful or not. Given it was successful last time, it probably is again. And there goes the C4 once again from Woods, and it catches Firemeister there. That is the Ash done and dusted. One more still in Moto, and that is Psycho.
Yeah, so, I mean, a good opening pick onto the Kai, but he's traded back, and I believe the IQ just got that Yokai, so that's another big utility pick on the side of UltraLight. So, 4v4, a minute 15, they've got Kitchen Hatch open, they've got Moto open, they've got Blue open, so it's still very doable. Now, burning Wamai's magnets now with flashes, just to make sure there's no more utility down there. Sub IQ, he got the C4. Or they were staring at each other through the wall on the heartbeat sensor, as well as the RED. As Lava will find 2 as they try to drop and brush dirt. That was an interesting play, and that's going to afford the Jaeger 2 kills before Resolved. I said Resolution trades him back. Resolve pushing through dirt catches Siberian's back. Now a 2v2, but it's Pulse and Echo. Very, very heavily on the side of Bonk when it comes to intel, but the missed Yokai still able to catch him. Good timing from Whitlock. Didn't throw it there, but he's getting the plant down yet again, and Whitlock out of drones now is going to have to go for the flank as the plant will go down from the thermite of Resolved. 2v2 post plant now for Bonk to work themselves out of Resolve, staring through those holes in the floor. Can almost just quite see the Echo, but no, as Nexty rotates out, it's going to go challenge him up top in Kitchen. I believe, honestly, if Nexty loses this fight, which he won't, he actually finds the long angle against Whitlock. So it's all on Woods. He'll be able to tag the thermite just a little bit, but it's the UMP, so it doesn't do a lot of damage. Resolve now even lower, but there's still a player on the hatch. He'll win the fight against the thermite, but there's only 14 seconds left. He's only got 7 seconds to bait this out. Trying to find it, he'll bait it out, try to find it with the pistol, but no, he loses it to Nexty. And that's UltraLight winning their second go-around. It was down to a 2v2, but it's not a, it wasn't a clutch, so they fared a little bit better.
Yeah, so that, again, that was the one round that I felt UltraLight, statistically, they had the best chance of winning. Yeah, it was a 1v3 that they won it off of, but I feel like, I don't know, there was I think the early loss of Frozen probably hurt them. And Lava there were asking about the skins there. Resolved rocking the old Thermite Halloween skin, looking a bit like Too Mad. But okay. I'm sorry, he does. It's uncanny. The eyes bulging through the goggles. It looks exactly like Too Mad's YouTube profile picture.
Okay, so 2 points now for UltraLight, and they're looking to put it up in a 4-2 half maybe, as Bonk again did win that CCTV site the last go around. But I mean, if UltraLight can fix what they did last time and put it up 3-3, that's a pretty significant advantage for them heading into their defensive half. And we want to talk about the last round as well. I can't believe that worked, quite frankly, that they were able to drop Kitchen Hatch and rush dirt with the thermite. I mean, it didn't work, and then so what happened was 2 players dropped the Kitchen Hatch, and they both died to lava. One died on the drop, the other died with his back exposed to lava because he tried to rush dirt. And I'm sure Bonk were like, okay, they just pushed 2 guys down Kitchen Hatch and they both died. Surely they don't do it again. And then what did Resolve do? He did it again. And it was actually able to find Whitlock, or able to find Lava, and because Siberian was so preoccupied with the man with Nexty holding in dirt, Resolved was able to catch his back. And unfortunately, the early pick on the Yokai as well from Psycho really came back to bite Bonk, because you saw Whitlock missed the first stun, then he had to rotate the Yokai and get the second, and he didn't have enough time to charge another, and he had to rotate his and he had to go upstairs. But Whitlock finds the first pick on Hawks. Hawks just prone in electrical.
Yeah, I think he was on his drone there, looking to try and clear out Lounge.
So there and drone.
Yeah, it's really not the best place. I mean, I would rather you sit outside, away from the window there, and it looks like Lava there trying to take the fight with, I believe that was Nexty. They're not going to win it there, but Whitlock going to take on Firemeister before Nexty finds Whitlock, finishes him off. But Lava is downed here, so that is going to be another kill for them. And now Frozen on 1 HP here. I'm not exactly sure what happened to him there, but it's going to make things more difficult for them. They do also have the breach open here, so this is going to be made just a little bit easier for UltraLight. They're already looking to be in a much better position than they were during the last round.
Yeah, it's a lot earlier too. Minute 20 left on the board, so Bonk definitely try to hold this out. Frozen, like you said, on 1 HP is not great, and he's already used his C4. So at this point, he's just a glass cannon, quite literally with that TCSG. Wood still holds Garage, though, with the ACOG, so he still forwarded that very long angle with the MP5 SD, but Psycho, pushing from red, actually takes Siberian, as the rest of the players will rush through the breach. A 3v2 still, time on UltraLight's side. Next, he finds what little was left of the Kaid, and from Garage steps, it's resolved, rotating all the way around to find Woods. And that's a 3-3 half after their attack for UltraLight. Definitely a great position.
Yeah, that was a really great comeback from them as well. I mean, I was still up in the air. I mean, they got to that 3-1 position, but with how the sides before, with how CCTV and how Basement played out before, it was kind of up in the air. I was like, maybe this is going to work out, maybe it's not. I mean, they definitely still have the potential to come back, and they did just that. They came back, and they've now put it up to a 3-3. I mean, this is very doable for them. Now, what I was talking about before about how, hey, they want to get their attack out of the way first so they're not trying to scramble for momentum later on in the game. They've just done that. I mean, they came off of their attack. They have a lot of momentum coming into this now that normally on an attacking side you wouldn't have. I mean, you maybe come off of a single win, but coming off of 2 wins and putting it up to 3-3, it's definitely looking a lot better for UltraLight.
Carpe, what did you just do? Oh, they're doing the thing! The loaf! It's the thing that I always talk about.
It is the thing you always talk about.
We're gonna take oh, do we have the Twitch command for it yet? Oh, we don't have it. Alright, so I guess that means I'm explaining it. Let's all hop in the time machine and go back to year 2, the NA team, Flipside Tactics, Mint, Pojo Man, Hot and Cold, Zilchi, and the Revolver God himself, Easy Peasy Lemon Squeezy. What they did, and this is before operator bans, they knew that the enemy team was not taking Thatcher. So what do? They take a mute those 2 walls so that they can't access dirt, put a shield in front of it so it's not exposed to the drone hole, and they actually stacked all 3 ADSs onto that dirt, onto the dirt drone hole, and they just locked off dirt control completely, held all the hatches flawlessly. And it was such an amazing hold. And now that Thatcher's banned, you don't have to worry about that. If they want to get that open, they have to devote a thermite charge, stuns to burn out the ADS, or more if there's other utility dedicated there, and a frag grenade, which, when there's Electroclaws on the board, is pretty huge. But actually, something we want to mention, Frozen on Kali.
They were able to get it with the singular frag grenade. I don't know what just happened there, but they were able to get it with a single frag grenade.
Oh, they already burned out the ADS.
Oh.
Yeah, they burned out the ADS, and then, it clips through the shield to get, or the explosion goes through the shield to get the jammer. But still, that's a lot of utility and time dedicated as Firemeister finds the opening on Whitlock. The Buck dead through the floor. And now that one nade was used to get dirt control. The other nade is now off the board, as well as all that soft breach. A great opening frag from Firemeister.
Yeah, already taking out the Buck there. I mean, yes, one of his frag grenades was used, but for the most part, the utility is still there. The utility was still used up, so there wasn't a ton that you lost there. But good vertical control is something that you can never really get back. I mean, there's so much that's still left closed here that the book could have easily taken care of. But now that he's gone, I mean, he absolutely can't. And we see Firemeister actually sneaking up around where Lava is, but Lava's going to be able to take him out. And that will be a 4v4. But what's this down, though? I believe dropping through Moto? Yeah. He'll get taken down there. And that is Diffuser downed in Moto as well. And now Frozen is going to have to try and take this back here.
And there's snipe the C4?
I think he did.
That was actually super impressive, but I mean, it doesn't matter as his team's at the disadvantage as next he finds Siberian. So a 1v3 for the Kali, and he's not even going to be able to find one. So next he will clean it up. I mean, that was an amazing shot. I'm so glad we were able to witness that. But unfortunately, you know, sniping C4s out of the air doesn't necessarily get your team the win. That's Church Arsenal going, yeah, Hawks, nice shot on the C4. So unfortunate, not able to get the round win, and that's 4-3 now, the advantage back in UltraLight's favor.
Yeah, and I mean, this is what I was talking about, how I was saying is like, yes, going on the attack, I mean, they can potentially get the momentum, and they're already starting to compound on that. They won this round. I think if they win this next round and it's pretty definitive, I think they have a strong possibility to just snowball and take this right out from under Bonk here.
Yeah, and last time they played this, Bonk won too. So that'd be a pretty nice comeback. That would actually be funny if we see... So this is Bonk's map pick as well. Attackers need to locate and defuse. So that would actually be pretty funny if we saw... What? Oh, was the site not locked? Oh, yeah. Settings are wrong. God damn it, Carpe. Alright, so ignoring that. UltraLight are going to move up to CCTV cache, and I feel like a lot of that last round was just the inability to get Arsenal control. Legion was able to cut off that main stairs push, and I mean, like, that Thermite dropping Moto,
yeah.
I assumed he dropped Moto because he knew they didn't have Arsenal control, so he was scared of the angle being held by Legion, but he died anyway, so F for that play by Bonk. UltraLight were hot on their guns. 3 men still up by the end of that round. And they're bringing, again, the double electricity operators as well as Echo going to be holding in garage, so...
Yeah, this is so. I mean, it's pretty similar to what we saw coming out from Bonk during their last hold here. Something to mention though, they have no real presence down in Lounge, which is something that really helped out Bonk. I mean, they were able to take out Zofia pretty quickly. They were able to do a lot of stuff through that. They were able to I think that's the way the Cade charge placed up there is actually it's pretty much immune to just about everything there except being shot.
I mean, it can't even be shot because it's behind the railing.
Yeah, unless you get right up to it.
Kali can get her lance up there. Did she? Oh
no,
did she think it was?
Yeah, she hit the railing there. So she's got one more there that she can potentially shoot up there, and
Oh no, she went for the wall?
Yes, she did go for the wall there, and that's going to take off all the utility there, but Nexty, they're able to get his last Electric Claw up there on the wall, and Psycho there actually takes down Whitlock as well. Resolve takes down Frozen. It's a 5v3 already, and there's on the red stairs, and Lava's going to finally get one back there on the Firemeister. Psycho and Resolve both lit up very much here, and it's a 4v3 now.
Oh, you rat, Psycho.
Absolute rat move there, and that will be Psycho taking out Lava. Resolve going to take down Siberian as well, and now it's all up to Woods here in a 1v4. He will take down Resolve there with a nice little kill onto him, and now it's a 1v3. Still looking rough, still potentially doable, but definitely looking rough. With control of the diffuser, he has a little bit of an advantage here. But he will see the head there of the smoke, but he will not be able to catch it there, and he will take quite a bit of damage there.
Yeah, so Woods, in not an enviable position whatsoever. Really, the only thing going for him is that Psycho's lit up, but he's half HP, so he's a couple puffs away from the smoke canisters from death, as well as just one shot to the chest from Nexty on the TCSG. Flashing over the red railing now, trying to push up. Will actually, it's almost like he's like pop flashing. He's going to break the barbed wire, but that's going to reveal his position. The jump out from the smoke, though, Hawks does not get it. C4, though, will find him, or did he get shot?
No,
he just got shot. All right. Nexty finishing us off. The C4 exploded at the same time. Oh, it was, yeah, okay. It was at the same time. That's why. So, Nexty getting the final kill there. And UltraLight looking to win the map against Bonk. Again, they lost it in the semifinals last time. And
so a really good thing from UltraLight here. I mean, what I mentioned is absolutely coming true here. I mean, they're coming to the point where they built that momentum off of their attack, which they were able to be really successful on, and now it's just compounding, and they're looking like they could very easily win this here with a 7-3 win. Now, if they don't take the site, I mean, it'll be a little bit less in their favor, but I still think even if they go through this and they win the two sides which they just ended up winning, that things are going to be just fine for them.
Yeah, and especially too, so that waste of the Akali was huge. They Kaid tricked that so well.
Absolutely.
You can't do it like you can with the Thatcher because Kali's lance destroys things on both sides of the wall. So if you put the thermite charge there, it'll destroy the thermite charge. And the fact that the Kaid just kept picking up his electric claw and throwing it back down with the miss on the one above garage, that was huge. So she used her last lance to clear the bandit batteries, and that allowed Kai to just be like, okay, you're out of lances. I'm just going to whip my electric claw there. Now it's going to be a lot harder for you to open the breach. I mean, they did eventually, but it took a hell of a lot of time. They had no garage control, no construction control, and UltraLight just knew where to point their guns.
Yeah, no. So heading over here, probably the most important thing from here. It looks like Bonk is going, instead of the typical jacuzzi push, they're looking to focus most of their attention, it looks like, onto garage and CCTV. And maybe a little bit of pressure put onto jacuzzi, but it looks like most of it is being put there onto the CCTV cache side.
Yeah, they've got a lot of utility over there for the horizontal hold. 2 men, Firemeister and Resolve dedicated there. I mean, there are 2 guys that have already used most of their utility anyway, so it's not a big deal if they lose. But Psycho's also holding downstairs on Lounge, and he's contesting Whitlock right now, moving through stock. As Whitlock's job is to try and use his vertical destruction to make Firemeister move, hopefully into the lines of the sights of Whitlock's teammates. So, speaking of Firemeister moving, he'll get caught out by Lava on the window, and that's now cache control in the hands of Bonk, as Lava finds another on the Hawks, the jump out right into the Claymore.
Yeah, really unfortunate there. So already Bonk are looking a lot better on this side than they have in the past. I mean, they've got a man advantage very early on. If they're able to make even more of an impression, if they're able to take care of one of the people on or around site, that's when I think this definitely falls in their favor. I mean, definitely. Ooh, Lava there, shooting through the window will get a kill there onto Nexty, and that'll be absolutely unfortunate for him there, getting caught behind that wall there. And there it is, Lava getting a quad kill as well, Psycho, and there's Whitlock stealing away the ace, and yeah, quad kill from Lava there, just doing so much, and actually Whitlock's kill won't even get shown. Oh, it was a trade there. Yeah, he probably got down there. But yeah, that will be Bonk taking round number 9, putting themselves up 5-4. Yeah, this is already. I mean, it's starting to sort of follow the pattern I was kind of expecting. I mean, even if they lose this, they go back to 2 sides, so they won very heavy-handedly. I mean, it didn't come down to a clutch from UltraLight. So I think UltraLight still probably comes away with this.
Yeah, they get their. I mean, they get their primary sites back. So,
Mm-hmm.
which they are after the half. Did I mark where that one, two, three, four, five, six? Yeah. So I mean, they're 1-1 on their other two sites.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it shouldn't be a problem. And even if they drop one round, they can still go there again. So it's up to Bonk now to just make a major change to try and take this, which is I mean, the last time they pushed Church, it was I mean, the Kali almost worked. I
Almost.
mean, she was good for clearing out the Moto hatch, right? She's good for the Moto hatch. But she didn't really do anything else. And especially with the Buck being killed first off, that was pretty huge.
Yeah. So if something like that happens again, if they lose a lot of utility early on, and they've opted this time to get rid of the Kali, they know that, yeah, her utility can be really, really useful, but her guns just make it so that it's not quite as viable to bring her. I mean, that's why we haven't seen a ton of Kali play in Pro League or Challenger League. It's because it's so difficult to find a good balance with her because of the just how hard it is to maneuver with that sniper rifle. Fire Master, they're going for a little bit of a window break and a peek there, not going to catch anyone. He's going to fall down. Going to distract them just a little bit there, but not going to take away too much there from the attacking team.
Yeah, I mean, I just hope Bonk are able to keep Whitlock alive. Because remember, last round, a lot of that was just because they had no Arsenal, like above Arsenal control, so that guy could play freely by Kool-Aid wall and just like sit there and deny that entire mainstays push. Speaking of Kool-Aid wall, it is reinforced this time, which I don't believe it was, and Whitlock is alive, so it's better. He's spotted. No, that's actually the sledge of woods gets spotted, but no damage done. The nade now going to sail into Moto to try and get the electrical off the hatch, which it will. He's Frozen able to breach that now, so good control forwarded to Bonk. Not a lot of time wasted either. Half the round, but it's Clubhouse, so you're making pretty good time. Buck's still trying to find picks through the floor. I mean, there's no one playing back in West Army, so he shouldn't find anything, as Firemeister will actually just contest the Moto drop down. Take out one, take out two. A fantastic double kill before he's traded off, and that's both hard breaches off the board. And I think Thermite still had an Electro Claw. Or, what the hell? I think Thermite still had an exothermic charge. But, yeah, so an unfortunate loss of utility there is resolved. Just contesting behind Generator has not been pushed out yet, but he's being beared down upon by two different angles, and he'll finally get finished off by Whitlock. A 3v3 now for Bonk to try and push into.
Yeah. Making a little bit easier, but there's a Hawks there with the TCSG just to absolutely shut down Woods there and put this back in their favor. Nate's still in the hands of Whitlock here. And that's Psycho going to be able to take down him. And now it's just all up to Lava in a 1v3. It's entirely possible for him to do this, but yeah, it's
tough is what it is.
Yeah, and something else I want to mention real quick. We're on round 10. Lava has 18 kills.
Yeah.
That's incredible. I mean, that's something to be proud of. And there he will go down, though. Taking one shot there by the, I believe that was the, was it the shotgun that took him? Yeah, it was the shotgun. He just got hit by the Legion Mine at the same time. But yeah, unfortunate for them. They'll go down now to map point here. 6-4 up now. Heading back to CCTV cache.
They should be CCTV cache. They'd be insane to go to gym.
Yeah, they're heading back to CCTV cache, and I feel like they have this here. I absolutely feel like they have this here. But I mean, despite the incredible performance by Lava there, Whitlock and Frozen are kind of underperforming, to say the least. And I think that has also hurt them as well when it comes down to the 1vx's and just winning their ones, which you just haven't seen from some of these people. And we're seeing a Monty play on CCTV cache from Frozen.
Yeah, I think it's down to Frozen. He wasn't fragging out on the defense. He hasn't been fragging out on the attack because of the roles he's been put on. But on the defense, I definitely think he had the chance to step it up. Whitlock as well, though, he's usually one of the star performers, and he's been running like Jaeger, Bandit, Buck. So it's a little unfortunate to see. Meanwhile, on the side of UltraLight, no one with as quite a dominant performance as Lava, but 12 and 6 for Psycho, doing well for himself. Nexty and Resolve both at 7. Firemeister and Hawks, though negative, still at 6. So with the exception of Psycho, everyone else is pretty damn even.
Yeah, and that's partially due to the fact that Psycho has just been popping off this entire match. I mean, he absolutely has. I mean, he has been a monster with IQ and now Jaeger. I mean, two very powerful ops.
Not as much as Lava, though, and you got to feel for him. Like, we've all had those ranked games when you've got, like, 12, 13 kills in 4 rounds, and your team just is not pulling their weight.
Absolutely. And I mean, I wouldn't say that it's the team just not pulling their weight. I feel like, I mean, it comes down to the fact that overall, the pushes from Bonk have just been so easily repelled because it comes down to the side of strategy from UltraLight, and it looks like good communication because they see, hey, we've got a couple people pushing in here from Garage Door, and immediately Psycho rotates back to help out Resolve. Lava there going to take him out, though. Psycho getting the quick refrag, though. Going to make this much more even. Firebolt coming out there from Woods there on the Capitale will actually force Psycho back into the site here. And this nade is about to be incredible, but it looks like Whitlock will put it back in his pocket, takes it back out. This may be a great nade, throws it out, and it won't catch anyone but Siberian. Will take down Hawks, though. Woods is downed as well, so this is essentially a 3v3 unless they're able to pick up Woods here. Yeah, they still have to take care of that Monty. Now, they do still have a C4 on the side of Nexty here that can potentially do some work, but
I
Willock
think
using up his utility here.
As well, I think the fact that Resolved was the opening pick out of everyone, your Echo as well as your Garage Raptors player, is huge. But that shield, man, to cover his tracks, and is Bandit still on the wall?
I think
no,
he's not on the wall, but he's very.
Is that an Electro Claw on the wall or a battery that just tricked that?
I am not sure.
It was an Electro
Claw. Yeah.
All right, so they just Kaid tricked that Thermite charge off of Siberian, and now there's not much way for them to get it off, but at least Woods will frag out Firemeister. So it's all up to a lit Psycho and Nexty on the TCSG to try and make things happen. He finds the tight angle on the Buck, but doesn't pull the trigger, and finds one shot. Willock is now aware of that position, as the breach will go down. So now those defenders a lot more exposed to this attack, with a Monty still alive. That's such a potent pushing force now in your face with no real way to counter it. You got a Jaeger and a Kaid who's all the way back and still has a C4, but not close to the Monty. But Psycho takes out the Breach player. That's the Thermite dead, as well as Diffuser down outside as Monty finds finds Nexty trying to move down red stairs, and Whitlock will kill him on the retreat. But the Psycho on barely any HP, trying to flank around to the Monty, will light him up but not connect on the kill, and now they know exactly where he is, trying to contest him, but he can't really do anything. We'll just push right into the Capitale. That's Bonk, graced by the Monty taking Garage, able to win that attack.
Yeah, and already Bonk's starting to come back a little bit. They're starting to show that, hey, you're not gonna take us down this easy. We're gonna put up a fight here, and they have the potential to push this to an overtime here. Now, it's gonna absolutely depend on where we see UltraLight go. They're gonna be heading back to that CCTV cache, but Bonk is not gonna switch off of that Monty. They know it worked last time. Now, something to mention, they are bringing the Goyo on Resolved.
I think that is a great change.
Absolutely. I mean, they know is like, hey, they know the Monty, and they're going to switch off of the Goyo.
Oh, okay. I think they're trying to bait Frozen off the Monty, but it's not going to work. Because, right, if you bring the Goyo, Bonk are not playing utility dump, and neither are UltraLight. So if UltraLight are like, hey, we haven't been playing utility dump, so they brought Monty. Now what if we just do? And that would force Frozen to swap onto someone like I don't know, Ash, Sledge, maybe Kali again, someone who can take care of that stuff. Yeah, because Monty gets hard stopped by those Goyo shields, man. There's nothing he can do, period, without the grace of his team. And if Lava gets picked off early like he did last time, then you're just left with Whitlock with nades. And then you've got to deal with 2 more shields on the side of the... Actually, it would have been 3 more shields. 1 more of the Goyo shields, as well as the 2 in the hands of the Echo and the Smoke. So I'm really confused as to why they're not playing for that utility dump. I guess they just deemed the Echo and everyone else they brought more important. But, I mean... I'm scared for UltraLight right now because Frozen played that Monty, and his team played around him pretty damn well.
Yeah, I mean, they absolutely did. And if they do that again, then it's they're going to be able to pull this to they're going to be able to pull this to an overtime. And I'm not sure what those flashes are. I think they're just kind of messing around out there, because that's all of Siberian Slash's gone. Oh, okay, there was a bug on the door there, and they weren't able to get the flashes in.
That sucks.
That door was entirely closed on our screen. I think that was a bug on his end that showed it open. And that's what was... Yeah, I know, it shows that it's open there. Siberian, though, able to get a kill there onto Firemeister. And that is the Bandit done and dusted already. And we see Psycho here trying desperately to contest this Monty push. So they can hopefully take this out. The TCSG shot there onto Siberian will put him down very low, but he will be able to get the kill there onto Nexty. Psycho rotating back over towards Stock to try and get another one. Resolved gets a kill there onto Woods, and Hawks runs out there, tries to get another kill, will not find anything. It's a 3v4. The sprays coming out there onto Lava will not get the kill just yet, though.
Was it Firemeister dead first?
It was Firemeister dead first through the window from the Thermite. And that will be Lava taking down Resolved as well, putting it down to a 4-2 in favor of Bonk now. And Hawks will just run on out and die there to Siberian, and UltraLight look to be throwing this away. Now, Psycho will get another kill there onto Whitlock, but it's a 1v3, and there's still a Monty up on the board.
Yeah, a 1v4 for Psycho. I mean, he's got a lot of HP. If he can take out Siberian, who's very lit up, and take out Lava, then there's not a lot Frozen can do by himself. But Psycho's getting stunned out and bared down upon by the French operator now. And, oh, he takes out Lava, though. The support dead. Siberian's also lit up. The wallbang actually finds him. It's a 1v1 against Frozen. Is it going to happen again to Bonk? The 1vx clutch. The Monty drops his shield, takes some pot shots at Psycho, will light him up significantly. One more shot from the pistol will bring him down. He's trying to play close to the Monty, will run away from the pistol, because will Frozen go for the pickup? He will on a Siberian, but the Jaeger doesn't know. Trying to wrap around to find him, but it's too late. It's now back to a 1v2 for Psycho, who's lit up. The Monty knows exactly where he is. Siberian doesn't even need to pick up this diffuser. They can play for the kill, trying to get the wall bangs in, but he wraps around and finds him anyway on the breach. The Monty not calling out that info, and now Psycho has control of the diffuser. Darting in and around the rotate, though. As soon as he jumps off, he's exposed, but he gets away in time. Frozen not playing this Monty to perfection, though. 15 seconds left. He's trying to get the plant down. Psycho can rotate in, but no, it's only 2 seconds left. If he gets the plant down, that should be the win. But coming off it, he's downed! Psycho, the quad kill! Insane play against the Monty. Ducking and darting around the site. Perfectly played. And that's the easy defuse. 7-5 victory for UltraLight. And unfortunately... wow, they did not play with that Monty correctly.
Yeah, they absolutely did not. So, and that will be UltraLight coming away from what looked like it was going to be Bonk, pulling it to an overtime, just absolutely falling away, and that will be UltraLight taking it now, and we will get a short little break here in between the next map, which will be Border. And something to mention here, this was Bonk's map pick.
Yeah.
And we will now be heading on to Border, which is the pick of UltraLight. This is already looking good for UltraLight here. If they continue to do stuff like this in Border, then this is going to go very quickly in their favor. But yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll take a short break here in between the map, give the teams a little bit of a chance to rest and recuperate. We'll be back shortly.
Broken alone, I feel the rain crashing down all around this empty town. I'm searching for the lost and found, but you don't care, you're unaware. Keep moving like the scars aren't even there. It's in the air like a blazing flare. Don't stare 'cause the flames will burn us. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. I used to kiss your head when you cried for me. Hold your hand while the pain was over. Keep you warm by the roaring sea. You meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. My darling dear, you're never here. When I'm in pain, you hide and disappear. Like shadows in the atmosphere, charting the stratosphere. Yeah. I prayed for you and kept you near, in hopes you'd chase away my fears. I'm on my own, you made it so, and now I'm chasing nightmares through. I used to run with you through the great big leaves, laugh at you when you laugh at me. Hope for us because I believe the home was just you and me. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, I'm gonna do this on my own. No point in blaming you, you did not know. Oh, I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, I'm gonna do this on my own. No point in blaming you, you did not know. Oh, I'm gonna do this on my own. No point in blaming you, you did not know. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me.
My heart rages around like an ocean in my head, because there are so many things that I left unsaid. ocean in my head. I can almost feel you walking in the distance, but I know that it's not reality. If you are echoing around inside these parallel dimensions all alone, know I'll find you in my dreams.
Hello everyone and welcome back to map number 2 between Bonk and UltraLight. If you did not join us for Clubhouse, it was a very, very hotly contested 7-5 victory for UltraLight. The very final round going the way of UltraLight, courtesy a 1v4 clutch from Psycho against a Monty.
Yeah,
So that was
absolutely incredible.
Probably one of the most impressive clutches I've ever seen. And man, it's always this team too. They were the team that got the 1v5, got the 1v4 against the Monty. Lava dropped 20 kills, and they still lost. Psycho on 18. So those two guys, they were benching, man. But unfortunately, Lava, his team couldn't pull away with the victory. We're moving on to Border. Nomad is going to be the first ban off the board from Bonk.
I mean, that's not surprising. I mean, on a map like this, roaming is probably... It's similar to Coastline, really. In sort of, it's very similar to the ban structure of Coastline. It's not the same, but it's similar. You see sort of roaming and utility specific operators taken out, specific like Thatcher. You'll also see likely a Valkyrie banned out, and probably a Mira as well, because this is one of the maps where Mira actually has a decent amount of utility. So yep, there's the Mira. If I had to guess from Bonk, it's going to be an Echo or a Valkyrie. I was expecting UltraLight actually to ban out the Valkyrie, but it looks like they're trying to leave that up for them. So I'm guessing we'll likely see the Echo getting banned out here by Bonk.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's a Maestro. Yeah, so because Bonk banned the Maestro last time, and they were actually playing super, super well with the Echo. I think better than UltraLight were. So it makes sense to me that they take the Maestro off the board instead.
Yeah, I mean, Maestro actually arguably has a lot more potential than Mira when it comes to utility, just his gun, and just plant denial in general. Maestro's a very strong person to take off the board. And next, I think got auto pick there on the Nook. Gonna be 6-picking off to the Sledge there, and Siberian actually going to 6-pick off of the Legion and onto the Valkyrie as they head up to Armory Archives.
Okay, an interesting 6-pick from Nexty, I guess, off Nook, but I mean,
I think he got auto picked onto the Nook and just had to get onto his preferred onto the Sledge.
Auto pick is fun to play with. But yeah, like you said, Armory first, the primary site typically on this map. Oops, Armory, as I spell Armory wrong in my notes. Yesterday I wrote, instead of I just wrote Armory /lockers because Carpe was talking to me. You know what, Carpe? I want to hear it. Okay? What?
Oh, this is so fun.
Do it, Carpe. I want you to turn your... That's like yesterday. I wrote, instead of it was a Villa game. Instead of writing trophy statue, I wrote trophy system. I still got to get used to taking notes, but okay. An open wall in Archive, so it seems we've got a fountain office hold, lava reinforcing trip wall. Wouldn't be surprised if he's tricking that. Echo on Frozen. I would imagine he's the player by half wall, but they've got an open 90 wall as well. Are they playing CC? They're not playing CC. That's interesting.
Yeah, it is. It is interesting. They put no one really over there and no utility on there either. It looks like they're trying to play this more, I guess maybe a little bit closer to the chest here.
I don't know. I guess. Well, we'll see. As they have the Capitao now unresolved as it's not been banned out, and there's no MI on the board. So we saw last map, he didn't really start coming out until the very end, but that was because UltraLight weren't running MI. There's no MI coming out for Bonk like they were playing it so religiously last map, so Resolve is going to pick up that operator. And here's the thing too. Bonk selected defense, so UltraLight will again attack first. They went 3-3 last time on Clubhouse. 3-3. So 3-3 on Clubhouse is an advantage. 3-3 on Border, I think that's average. That's a pretty average split we see. And they also get attack on OT. So UltraLight definitely confident moving in, trying to rack up points before they swap onto their defense, but it's slow going so far. Already a minute down, and UltraLight haven't been afforded much control, but they're hunting the Valkyrie downstairs. The IQ's nearly Caesar, but no, Siberian's quick on the flick. And Psycho goes down first, the big player from last map, dead in this map.
Yeah, already done and dusted. It's gonna be pretty hurtful there for UltraLight, especially in their kill potential, but they are already going to have that wall open there into Armory. They're going to try and start clearing out back behind Bunker. They're wasting a lot of utility on that, even though there's no one back there holding it down. Now, Siberian has an interesting position. If anyone tries to go on to the rappel there to potentially try and take care of things, he can run out there and get it. He will actually find a kill there onto Firemeister, but Hawks is able to just walk in and get the plant down, but there's a C4 below. Siberian, a double kill with that, and a quad for him on the round. It's just up to Nexty here in a 1v5, and there it comes from Woods there, and Bonk tank round number 1.
Flawlessly, might I add. Valkyrie downstairs, like, that's all that was. Valkyrie killed the person hunting her downstairs. Then she killed whoever was trying to stop the C4. And the two people grouped up with the planner. So excellently timed, a 4K for Siberian to open it up. Already, I think he ended with, what, 6 last map? So he's already almost there. He's going to swap on a Valkyrie again as it worked so well last round. And that was just improper clear from UltraLight.
Absolutely, yeah. It was a really rough clear from them there. And because of that, they're already going to be a disadvantage going into this. Now, however, I will say, it's the first couple of rounds. They don't really determine much. They don't really determine much at all when it comes down to things. It's most likely it's going to be that we end up seeing, if they're able to successfully hold this site, we will probably see Bonk coming away with a half. But it's entirely possible that UltraLight were just kind of off kilter because this is when they didn't get to pick their site. Or their side, my mistake. They were able to choose attack last time, so they were able to sort of build off of that. They had a strategy for it. Now, coming in here, they didn't get to choose their side. They aren't starting on maybe their preferred side here. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see if they're able to capitalize on it like they were last time, or if they're going to falter because it's the sort of quote-unquote offside for this map.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see as already a kill coming out from Firemeister onto Frozen. And that was a wallbang, I believe. Again, unfortunate from Frozen, but pre-firing through the window, the castle will fall. So not a big utility pick, but it's an opening frag nonetheless, as Woods upstairs also falls on the Vigil to none other than Firemeister. Hawks as well follows it up on the Lava, as he's just in sight. The fire will clean up the Vigil. Psycho will nade his teammate as Firemeister finds Whitlock. So 2 on the round for him. It's a Siberian in a 1v4.
Yeah, I mean, he was able to get 4 kills last round, but it doesn't look like he'll be able to do it here, as UltraLight will just absolutely rail Bonk here, and it looks like we are going to have a we might have a rehost here. Gonna ask really quick if they need one.
So yeah, Firemeister opened that up onto, who was it, Frozen, I believe, on the castle, and then everything just kind of cascaded, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sound and Siege has been all screwy since like I don't even remember. 2 or 3 patches ago, yeah, our observer just said it. I mean, 2 or 3 patches ago, the audio for Siege kind of went just out the window. It was already not great, but now it's at times it's almost completely unusable. Still haven't fixed it, and I haven't really even addressed it, which is kind of concerning. Because I mean, there are times like pro league players are even saying is like there will be times where I just literally will hear nothing of someone coming to kill me. It's like they will make no sound whatsoever. So it's we're gonna assume that that's what that was, and it's not too far of a stretch to say that that's what it was. I mean, stuff like that has just become common in Siege now. I mean, hopefully they find a way to fix it here soon because it's hard.
Sucks, man.
It does suck. It does suck. I mean, that's the only way to put it.
Don't sugarcoat it, Loaf. It's freaking sucks. Fix your damn sound, you need. So anyway.
Someone's very passionate about this.
Listen, one time I watched an Amaru swing through a window and it was silent. Pissed me off.
I mean, yeah.
Magic, man. I guess Mexicans are silent or something. No, she's Peruvian.
She's Peruvian.
Peruvians are just silent. I forgot which one was Mexican. It's Goyo.
Can't be a stream without Crow without a little bit of casual racism on stream.
Yeah, listen. I'm xenophobic.
Sorry.
It's in my blood.
Stop.
I'm a born xenophobe. But droned out and followed up by the kill from Psycho, just moving into that little detention rotate. That was such a small hole. I'm surprised Siberian got caught out by it, but the drone just baited it a little, and Siberian will fall first. So the big man to get the 4K in the first round, as well as the one last alive, won't even be alive for a minute.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing though. The Bonk has repeated the site. Now, in the past, that's worked out for them perfectly fine. There's Lava able to take down Resolved as well, and that's their hard breach of Thermite down. But arguably on this site, he has little to no impact. But ooh, Psycho here is there's a little bit of a rotate coming from Frozen. Actually, doesn't spot him at all. I'm not sure. Yeah, Frozen just didn't go far enough around. Hawks they're able to take down Woods as well. Firemeister is down though. So it's essentially just a 3v3 here. I think Firemeister might have just fallen. It's kind of what that looks like.
Either he fell or he was downed on the window and was able to crawl away. But Psycho's right on the precipice of the A site. Could find Frozen if he swings in. Will whiff his shots, though, unfortunately. And now they know exactly where he is. The element of surprise has gone away as he backs off into box down in customs. But Hawks from the hatch finds Lava. Whitlock upstairs contesting a player in archives. And Frozen's down. Frozen's downstairs. So there's really no refragability at all from these two players, but I guess Hawks didn't know Whitlock is still upstairs and he'll fall as he just rushes in from the archives door. If they can take out Frozen on site, this should be an easy plan, as next he's trying to maybe move into vents as they trade off Diffuser with Firemeister. So, or no, they're just going to plant right by the doorway. Psycho's got the cover on the hatch. Where is Nexy? Nexy's actually trying to contest Whitlock, and he finds him through the hole in box. Excellent timing there from the sledge, as Frozen will get Firemeister off on the retreat, but still the sledge from above, as well as the Buck holding close with the skeleton key. This is not a great position for Frozen to be in. If he clutches out the 1v3, it will, be a fantastic clutch. But again, the UMP against the skeleton key close range. I keep stumbling over my words, man, as he moves out. Ooh. Yeah, this is the 2-tap. Psycho finds him, and that was a really good, I don't know what to call it, a seizing of the opportunity, I guess, from UltraLight.
Yeah, I mean, they really just, they found their opening and they exploited it as much as they could. And it worked perfectly for them. And UltraLight have already put themselves up 2-1 on their attacking half, might I mention. they win one more, and they're what is essentially considered a win for the attack. I mean, an even split half is pretty consistently considered a win on the attacking half here.
Yeah. So, I mean, they are going back to Armory Archives. So the site they did win back in the hands of Bonk, but again, that win came off the hands of a 4K from Siberian. Hey, I mean, maybe he does it again, but UltraLight have been pretty good about adapting so far throughout the last map as well. So I wouldn't be surprised if they're able to at least shut him down, which they have been, right? He got four kills in the first round and has not gotten any in the past 2.
Yeah,
They've been shutting him down pretty effective. Okay. Carpe just informed us that seize the moment in Latin is carpe tempora. Temporum. That sounds like tempura. Dude, now I'm hungry. You don't know what tempura is?
oh my gosh.
What? Carpe. Are you like Japanese fried shrimp? You don't like shrimp? Well, I mean, like tempura like can be other stuff too. Like it's just there's tempura shrimp, but there's also like it's like anything Japanese deep fried is Hawks. We'll take out Siberian as we talk about food, and tempura is typically hot, but Siberian right now going cold. Valkyrie falls first, and that's again no impact on the round from her.
Yeah, already knowing that from Siberian, I mean, they know to try and take him out first because they know if they leave him alone for too long, he's just going to absolutely run over them. I mean, that's what's happened in the past, and they know it's probably going to happen again if he's left unchecked. So Siberian's been pretty much the opening pick these last 3 rounds now, and he'll potentially continue that way because again, they know if they leave him to his own devices, that 1 round win from Bonk is exactly what happened.
Yeah, so able to take him out early. That's a huge pick. No double kill downstairs and no more C4. I think that's the most important thing. So Resolve is able to get the breach down now on the armory wall, but Lava finds Psycho. So the buck goes down. That's nades off the board. An important pick and an important refrag to even back out the man count as wow. That is a lot of holes underneath him. I guess that's what he's able to kill the buck through. And Lava finds another on Firemeister. I believe also maybe downstairs as he retreats now into box. Resolved almost finds him on the retreat, able to light him up and not finish him off as the fire arrow will try to come out, but he ducks down the hatch and darts away. And that's unfortunately Lava getting away with no trade back.
Yeah, and he is very, very low here, though, so 1 bullet from just about anything will take him down. And I definitely think that's probably what's going to happen here soon, as he will try to rotate back up. They are going to try and spot out this Echo Drone because it's going to be their biggest hindrance here. If they can't take it out, it's going to be much harder without an IQ since Firemeister is dead now, so hopefully we'll be able to see them make a little bit more action here, but it does seem like Bonk have kind of recovered from those 2 rounds of really struggling. They know how to hold down the site, and even without having what seemed like the carry initially of Siberian, they're doing just fine in holding down Armory Archives here.
Yeah, the fire arrow again trying to come out to stop a player from pushing it into box, but I mean, the smoke canisters are getting this thermite off, and they still have the yokai drone. The smoke canister, or the smoke grenade, isn't going to cover him, and they know Capitao has moved into the corner now. Woods finds 1, along with Whitlock, and Woods finds 2 with the shotgun to end out the round. Bonk take round 4 very handedly. They don't even need the C4 as the smoke just stealths in through his namesake, and is able to win out the round with a shotgun. So 2-2 even now.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is, as I said, they know how to hold that site. I mean, it seemed initially as like, yeah, that was, and that was simply just Siberian able to just be absolutely nutty for a couple of for 4 kills. And they just showed we don't need him. We can still perform without him. We know how to hold that site.
Yeah, so very well done so far by both teams. 2-2 even, as they now will not go to Vent Workshop as they are 0-2 on that site. Instead, they go to Bathroom Tellers.
Yeah. So we haven't seen Bathroom Tellers played just yet, and it looks like they're trying to play this as kind of like, hey, we haven't played this against them yet. Let's see if maybe we could take this and throw them off a little bit, and maybe just kind of pull things back together, because right now they're not in a great position here. I mean, they head back down to Vent Workshop. They're probably going to lose. They're 0-2 on that site. They head to Customs. They don't know how UltraLight's going to attack that, and it requires a very, very heavy vertical hold, which so far Bonk have not been very good at holding on to. So it's very up in the air as to how this is going to go.
Yeah, Bathroom Tellers is a weird site. I mean, it can be really good if you play it right. It's really just, can you hold top floor for 2.5 minutes? And see, that's why, like, usually that wall is just left soft because you want to dedicate more reinforcements upstairs. Like, if you can hold upstairs, the attackers just can't plant. It's just impossible with the amount of control you have and how literally the entire floor is destructible. And that's why you see UltraLight, instead of just blitzing through that wall, they have to clear up here. All the way from Locker's side against Lava. Lava will eat some damage from, I think, his own teammate of Frozen with the... I think he had the super shorty out or something. I don't know how he took that damage, but unfortunate. Lava going to be lit up a little bit. Hawk's bearing down on him, but he'll go down first, playing by half wall, and he almost finds a second, actually able to down the Buck and finish him off. An opening double pick for Lava, and wow, that is 2 very important frags.
Yeah, taking on Hawk is like, I mean, you mentioned 2 very important frags, 2 big kills there. Firemeister, though, going to shut him down there very quickly. Now, there are bullet holes coming out from, I believe, that's Frozen there, sitting over in the office, trying to get a long cross angle there on anyone who pushes in. And they're looking desperately for that Yokai drone or Black Eye there, so they can try and make their push a little bit a little bit more stealthy and not have them give away their positions quite as easily.
I'm not sure where that is. I mean, Firemeister would be able to find it easily, but it doesn't look like he's in any position to, as he's flank watching, but loses the fight to Siberian down metal anyway. A great shot there from the Valkyrie. The drop from Nexty trying to come into refrag, but he didn't know Siberian went down Workshop side. But Resolved is able to down her off and is going to go for the kill. There we go. The nice headshot on the downed player. And it's a 1v3 now for Resolved. His teammate was able to do it last map. Question is, can he on the Hibana? He's got to clear all 3 players who are still left upstairs. A castle barricade in his way. Question is he going to be able to use his pellets on it, or is he going to save them?
If I'm on the side of Resolved, I want to open up. I want to open up one of these walls, or I want to open up that barricade, because there's a good crossfire being held there on that wall there, which now he knows. And this is the point where I say, hey, I'm going to rotate off, and I need to get out of Archives because I'm not going to win this fight. I'd say the Woods there going to just chuck in a C4, and that's going to be it. And Bonk will take round number 5, showing that, hey, we're not out of this just yet.
Yeah, especially frag chasing that Valkyrie was not smart.
It was not smart at all.
It was doable if, especially, like, I can't believe Firemeister didn't win that fight on the flank watch.
Yeah, that was rough.
Like, you have he has the high ground. The high ground, man. And he still lost. Obi-Wan would be disappointed. Okay.
I'm sorry. I can't be talking. I made prequel memes, all on April Fools in Caliber Jacob's server. Crow, you missed most of it, but
no, I scrolled up.
Yeah, no, you missed most of it that happened in the mod chat that I'm in. We overthrew the owner of the server for about an hour, using nothing but gifts from the prequels. It was it was interesting. But yeah, I have no place to scoff at your prequel memes.
Yeah, how dare you? Can't believe you do that to me.
I'm sorry.
I feel
Anyways,
betrayed.
getting back to this now, they're going to Vent Workshop, and they seem to be playing it a little bit differently than they have in the past. But even so, they have an 0-2 record on this site. This is the only site that UltraLight's been able to beat them on.
Yep.
And they go right back to it.
I guess they just don't want to play customs.
I guess
Hey man,
so.
Whitlock's on dock. I've got faith.
That's fair. That's fair. But also, I just, I don't know. It feels weird to see them going this after losing it so heavy-handedly twice in a row.
What if it gets down to a 1v5 and Firemeister ace clutches again?
Firemeister's been having a rough day so far. All right,
He was doing okay on Clubhouse.
He was doing okay on Clubhouse, but he's been having a rough day on Border so far. That's all I've got to say.
Oh, that's a rip. There's an ADS actually down in vents, or the ADS got it through the floor. Either way. I mean, I assume it's in vents because that's the site.
Yeah, it's in vents.
Okay. I'm not sure why the IQ didn't see that or call it out, but yeah, that's a frag grenade off the board as Psycho just is on metal for whatever reason and finds Lava. I guarantee Lava, crouch walking around that corner, is saying to himself, why the hell are you sitting there?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of one of those pauses like, why are you sitting there? And there's an Echo drone likely going to get taken out there. Not at all, actually. And that's going to be Psycho just tanking those stuns there with no real contention onto those. And we'll see Resolved here trying to make the push up here into Armory Lockers and failing at those flash grenades so very hard there. But we do see, I believe, yeah, that Siberian sitting up there on the top of the servers can potentially do some damage here if he positions himself correctly.
There's also no one upstairs, and UltraLight looked really nervous. And Siberian, speaking of him, gets the C4 on Hawks, the Kappa Tau dead, as well as your top frag. And that's a lot of utility off the board now. No more fire arrows, no more smoke bolts. Don't know how much he used, but
they don't even know he's there.
They got resolved as well. The hard breach dead. Not much utility for this site specifically, but it's man advantage now back in Bonk's favor. As Nexty will start to get to work on the floor. They still got the buck of Psycho as well, so plenty of holes to open up, but still man disadvantage as well as only 30 seconds left as Psycho will just drop server, find the smoke of Woods. Double kill on the round for him. Whitlock trying to make his way back to site through the rotate. Firemeister will drop Frozen, and out of nowhere, it's 1v3. Whitlock all alone on the dock. He finds the IQ, make that a 1v2, but next he's getting the plant down.
10 seconds remaining.
Psycho as well trying to cover. It's only 7 seconds left, but he will get it down. The headshot found on the player on metal, though. It's a 1v1, but Whitlock is at half HP, and I don't think he's going to go for the heal. Next, he's trying to play close with the SMG-11, but he's actually just going to run away, maybe play on top of the bus. He is going to go for the heal, so a bit healthier now. No longer at half health, but no, he's actually rotating all the way upstairs so he can play from above. I think Whitlock heard him, but he doesn't quite know where he is. He's going to try and go for the defuse to bait it out. Can Nexty see him? Not quite. He's just out of reach. He's going to tap fire at his arm. That's going to prompt Whitlock off the defuse. 10 seconds left. He's got 3 seconds to bait it out, but the nade to stop it. Well played with the utility from Nexty. And unfortunately, Whitlock doing his best. Unable to find the clutch, though. And that's a 3-3 half for UltraLight.
Yeah, what initially was looking like going to be a very, very dominant half there for UltraLight here. Turned around very quickly. Bonk were able to pull it back there and win slice, but they went back to Vent Workshop. I think they could have had a 4-2 half if they didn't go Vent Workshop, because UltraLight has shown that they know how to beat Bonk on Vent Workshop. I mean, they had a 2-0 scoreline on Vent Workshop. Now a 3-0 scoreline on Vent Workshop. All 3 of their round wins have been on Vent Workshop. I mean, that's got to say, I mean, after the first 2, that's got to speak to you and be like, hey, maybe we shouldn't go here anymore.
Yeah, I'm not sure why they didn't just try customs at least, but but they didn't. So, you know, you live and you learn. Armory, Lockers, Archives going to be the first defense from Ultralight because why wouldn't it be?
It's pretty much always the first defensive site here on Border. I mean, there's no real other choice. I mean, it's probably the strongest defensive site on this map. Period.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's just not too many points of entry into it. They can very easily be held down. There's a lot of cover. There's a lot you can do with the site for post plant potential, plant deniability. I mean, there's so much you can do with the site, and it's also very, very concentrated. I mean, there's only a few ways you can go about attacking it successfully. So it's a no-brainer as the first site.
Yeah, and I think an interesting thing to note too is coming off of last map. So last map in 12 rounds, Bonk were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They were 7 and 5 on their openings, like flipped of their scoreline. And on here, it's actually Ultralight in the favor. They're 4 and 2 on their opening. So they've been taking those opening engagements a lot better. But whenever Bonk does get it, it's almost always turned into a multi-kill. I think that's an important thing to note. Bonk like to snowball, whereas Ultralight maybe don't as much, despite getting the opening kill. Sometimes I think it's their executes that really fail. So, I don't know. I just thought it was an interesting thing to point out. Is it looks like they're going for a CC clear first off, and it's resolved to find Whitlock. The smoke taking out the buck below.
No, it was actually through that hole in the wall there. They had a stop hole, and Resolved has a hole all the way in through box, and that's going to be a nasty little kill there.
Yeah, what a great frag. And now that's the buck off the board, a lot of utility, nades, as well as Whitlock, who is, again, historically one of the star performers for Bonk. Unfortunately, hasn't been doing too well last map, and not doing too well this one to start off either. As it's Goyo shields to impede the attackers. Hawks on that roll. The Zofia using her stuns will take out the shield, the smoke's playing behind, and finish him off. But that's a normal shield. What a flick on the Hawks. A fantastic shot, followed up by one on Siberian before Psycho trades him out. That was a 3v2 courtesy of Lava's insane aim. And a minute 10 left. Bonk have plenty of time.
Absolutely. Bonk, I mean, they have plenty of time to do this, and they have a reinforced wall right there that they can then use to go ahead and try and get this plant down. Now, the swing is going to come out there from Psycho, but it's not going to catch anything. Next to here tries to swing out as well, but Frozen is just going to go ahead and start planting out there. Spray's coming through the wall. It is going to go ahead and down Woods here, and Lava's going to try and push him back to try and take this out. Impact nade coming out there onto Frozen there to try and stop the defuse, but it is planted. 37 seconds left on it here. Woods is now back up. It's a 3v1 for Nexty, and it will not go in his favor as it is closed out there by Lava with a 4K on the round.
Nuts play there from Lava. The opening 2 onto the site for him. And that round was just down to everyone losing their gunfights and over-peeking onto the wall because they had a free plant spot behind that reinforcement. So normally you see the other side reinforced, but because they swapped it, that was just a free plant position. Absolutely.
I mean, it was interesting for the angle play in there inbox. I mean, it was very, very interesting to see that. I mean, it's something I haven't really seen before. I've seen variations on that, sort of tweaked a little bit with that soft wall being played. I mean, I've seen that soft wall played all the time, but that specific way of playing it, I've never seen before. But like you said, I mean, it left a free spot for them to plant where there was no way for them to take care of it. There was no angle whatsoever they could use to get rid of it. And I mean, it was a free plant spot. I mean, with smoke going down so early as well, I mean, there were no gas canisters to take care of anything either.
Yeah. I think an important thing to note, too, is the rounds, with the exception of the first Event Workshop rounds, the 3 rounds Ultralight have won have been pretty close, with the exception of one. So the 2 other rounds they've won were down to a 1v2, and Whitlock bring it down to a 1v1. The rounds Bonk have won have been flawless and then 3 men up every other time. So border looking to go in Bonk's favor just by courtesy of it being more dominant on the rounds they're actually taking. As they'll as Ultralight will try armory lockers yet again. And are they going to go for that same wall? I hope not. No, they've got the shield there. They're doing it again.
I don't know. I want to see how they end up playing this. They played a little bit differently. If Resolved is able to keep himself alive, he's going to have more impact. I mean, that's just the way it goes. I mean, those smoke canisters from there, I mean, you can still do it, and you can cover that entire avenue of approach with those canisters. But if he dies, I mean, it's just going to be absolutely over for them. But there's Hawks there able to get a kill there onto Frozen inside a break room there. Wow. And almost another one there onto Lava as they're going to go ahead and try and clear this out there. An impact nade coming out onto that shield is going to force him back into 90 now. And they will go ahead and clear that out and potentially start making a move in.
That's the Maverick dead too. So you saw him earlier. He was poking holes into 90 to flush out the players by the by that hallway, as well as nades off the board now. If Frozen was running them, which I assume he was, because why wouldn't you bring nades when you're afforded them? They're gonna spot out the Goyo, still in 90, but protected by reinforcements. And now, if you want to get him out of there, actually, that's their only hard breach. So
yeah, that is their only.
You're just gonna have to push the Goyo, pretty much. And hope you win the fight.
Yeah, push the Goyo, or they're going to have to completely and totally relegate themselves to pushing that armory wall. Which, if they give up CC control entirely, that Goyo can just rotate back in and get a couple kills there. Which it looks like they've pretty much relegated off. They may have one person watching flank, but it doesn't matter. Psycho will take down Whitlock as well, and it's a 5v3. Ultralight looking much better. Or my mistake. Yeah, no, it is Ultralight. Ultralight looking much better this round. As Resolved will take down Siberian. That play working out a lot better from him. He's playing it a little bit more conservatively than he was that first time.
Yeah, a little bit more of an off angle rather than just behind the shield, as Woods will take out Firemeister, who just decides to swing breach, and he'll lose. But Woods is getting lit up from behind by the Goyo, who will rotate back to site. A 2v4, Psycho the only one lit up on the defense. Everyone else full HP. You've got Wamai still up 2. Goyo taking the fight against the Zofia by metal. The C4 will miss. IQ on the cover will drop him though, but not before Lava's been down. But go for the res. I'm sure the Wamai playing in Fountain can hear it. He'll get the wall bang on 1. Can he find Lava? He can. Next he finishes it off. And Ultralight take a pretty... I mean... Nothing changed except for the fact that instead of swinging the breach and dying, they swung the breach and won.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, that's the way it went. And I also mentioned it was the fact that Resolved was sitting there in the closet and wasn't dead. He was able to have some sort of impact. That is, I mean, I mentioned it earlier. I mean, that's why that also made them scared to push in and try and take care of things. They also didn't reinforce any of box that time. They left it fully soft, and that made that smoke a lot scarier. He was able to take care of that entire wall, and sitting on that off angle, like you mentioned, he wasn't just sitting behind the shield. He was able to get a couple of really nice picks through there. So that was Ultralight adapting the strategy they already had before, and it working out near perfectly. So they'll be heading downstairs to Vent Workshop now, and probably the most important thing for this is going to be how they hold the top floor. We saw that on Bonk's defense as well. They had a really, really weak top floor hold, and Ultralight really capitalized on that. And 3 of their round wins so far were off of Bonk taking it to Vent Workshop. I mean, they've only won 1 round on defense. All 3 of those wins on offense were on Vent Workshop. So if they're able to have a stronger top floor hold than Bonk was, or if they're able to find some way to not really necessarily need that top floor hold, then I think Ultralight may have a better time on this than Bonk did.
Yeah, I mean, Bonk, I don't know what was going on with their defense's events. They just, like, I don't know how Ultralight we were able to just get in and push him, man. It was really weird. But yeah, hopefully UltraLight, the same thing doesn't happen to them. They've got actually no one upstairs at all. It's a fully horizontal hold. 2 people playing in customs, 3 in the site. That's interesting. So that means Whitlock gets full reign of this top floor. The hatches are reinforced though, and they've only got frozen on the Maverick, and I don't know if you want to be Maverick tricking hatches like that are fully exposed to C4 from below without someone covering. So I don't know. This is interesting from UltraLight. I'm very, very surprised that they have no one upstairs.
Yeah, I am as well. I mean, they've completely just they've pretty much just given away top floor, which is interesting.
Oh, he actually is just gonna go ahead and Maverick trick. I'm surprised there's no C4 coming out. I guess maybe the Buck is cutting off the rotates to get the C4 up, but I don't know. So interesting. Psycho's also been very lit up first off, looking to maybe be the opening death in this round. He's playing by metal as well as Hawks out in the hallway. Shotgun holes coming up to try and catch anyone playing by the metal detector, but there's no one. The peek coming up from the floor, though, will almost take the Zophia's head off, but it's Psycho, despite the low HP, to find Whitlock, the Buck, dead. But, I mean, he's already done a lot of his job, trying to find another, but won't hit. A minute left, and man advantage in Bonk's, well, man advantage in UltraLight's favor, but HP advantage in Bonk's. As just vaulting over metal, Woods finds 1 and 2. Okay, they just let him get in. Frozen will also get Psycho off the board, and now all the players just drop through the hatch. One will get caught, but not enough ammo in the MP7. A 1v4 now for Resolved. The Echo will stun out Frozen, but get taken out. And this is a difficult position as he finds one onto Woods. Can he find the others? He finds Lava too, so very well played from the Echo so far, but can he find the Capital Metal? It will be actually just Frozen coming off the plant to finish him off, and Bonk will take that attack.
Yeah, and up now 5-4. This is very back and forth between these two teams now, and I don't think UltraLight will make the same mistake that Bonk did of going back to this site 3 times in a row. I honestly feel like we're going to see more of a rotation for them, although I stand corrected, as they're heading back to Event Workshop. If they don't win it here, I do not want to see it again from them during the rest of this match.
We'll have to have a very long, drawn-out talk with them in their match chat.
Both of them
to not do that.
No, both teams here, because it happened once with Bonk already, and UltraLight should learn. They absolutely should learn from that and be like, okay, this didn't work for Bonk. Why are we doing it now?
Yeah. So, Resolved a great try, but unable to make it happen in the 1v2. Which, I mean, it was down from a 1v4, so a decent attempt. But, can't rely on those clutches, unfortunately, especially post-plant like that, but they'll try again. And, again, with the way they're setting up, it looks to be a full horizontal hold for the second time in a row.
Yeah, and I mean, they should know from last time that didn't work at all.
Yep.
I was about to say Hawks might be holding it, but no, he's not. No one is.
Nope.
I really... Okay, no. We do see Psycho going upstairs, so that's a little bit of a change here. They've decided to relegate a singular player up here. And I think that's something... It took Bonk until their 3rd playthrough of the site to really make a change to their strategy. So that is something that UltraLight is doing different. And that's something I've noticed from UltraLight just in general, is they're very adaptive with how they play things.
Psycho's upstairs.
Yeah, Psycho's upstairs. I mean, UltraLight, they've been able to really...
Not anymore.
They've been able to change up what they do, and most of the time it ends up working out in their favor already. However, it looks like it's not quite doing that there, as a Psycho will fall, and that's all their top floor control just gone in a puff of smoke.
So it's essentially the same amount of time it took for Bonk to get top floor control as last time, except this time they also have a kill. If you're only going to sit a man up there with no support and no utility, why even sit him up there at all? The C4 as well does not find Woods. More wasted utility. And that was what? That was Hawks's. They've got one more on the side of Firemeister, but again, this lack of top floor control from UltraLight again, I don't think it's going to work out. Because last time, Bonk just dropped Hatch, and Echo will fall through the floor to Woods, so a 5v3 now. Because you gave the attackers free control. There's a minute and a half left, and they have 2 picks and are already setting up for their execute.
Yeah. Yeah, they're... I mean, this site is just absolutely not working for UltraLight. And Bonk are looking to put themselves up at map point here and set themselves up potentially for the third and final map, which I will go back and take a look at this.
It is Cafe.
It is Cafe.
Which last time they played, Bonk won, I believe. And wow, the headshot from Nexty. I'm gonna find Lava, and oh no, Hawks. Okay, no, the drone turned around, so he's not gonna be misdroned, and he'll get taken out from above by Whitlock. Nexty, very lit up on the castle. Firemeister's position now known as he moves back into vents, trying to get back through the rotate. And I mean, this should, yep, the lineup from Bonk, almost unfortunate, but Frozen is quick on the draw with the bearing 9. It's a 1v4 for Nexty. Lit up on the castle, using the UMP, he won't find one. Bonk will take a dominant round, and how many of those kills were from above? All of them?
Pretty much all of them. If not all of them, it was at least like 3 or 4. And so, something else to mention really quickly here. I'm going back and I'm looking at the Bonk Liberty semifinal game. It went to a full 3 maps, and it was 7-5 on every single map. Like these guys love to pull them through full time.
Yeah.
And I mean it was the same when they played Powerhouse in the quarterfinals as well. They pulled them to 7-5 for every single map. And this is during last season, just for reference here. Since we don't have this is week 1 of the season, so we don't have any standings yet. So we're just kind of going over. I mean, what these teams have done in the past. So far, UltraLight have played Bonk exactly 3 times, and this being their 3rd time. The first time they played Bonk, they lost 2-0, and it was an 8-7 and then a 7-3. Then the 2-1 they lost to them in the semifinals, and then now where UltraLight is up 1 map where they won it 7-5, and now Bonk is looking to potentially take this. If UltraLight win this next site, Bonk can potentially take it 7-5 as well, and they're just kind of repeating history. I mean, these guys, they're very back and forth. Yeah, and if we end up going to another 7-5, then the side selection will, since it's normally off of round differential, it'll end up being off of a coin flip, since the round differential is 0.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's interesting too with the maps they won on from the semifinal are flipped if Bonk end up winning border. So that would be cool. And then we'll just see what happens on Cafe. But of course, Bonk have to win. What?
Ooh. I think Lava was just trying to spray open the door there and actually got a kill there onto Psycho. Really unfortunate for him.
It was already slightly, like, he could already kind of see him, though. And Psycho just tried to vault into break, like, behind the half wall and, I guess, sit there and die eventually. I don't know what the play was. But that's Lava for the 2nd round in a row, Lava killing Psycho to open up.
Yeah, and...
As, at least Hawks trade Siberian, but that's Ash. Hey, I mean, okay, Ash for Jaeger, big whoop. Okay,
yeah.
Exciting trade. We can talk about plenty of stuff to talk about when it comes to utility there.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean, actually, you know what? With a Goyo on the board, that might be... a Goyo and a Wamai on the board, that could actually be a pretty big pick.
Yeah,
oh,
she already used both free charge.
Alright, well, never mind.
Well, I mean, you do. So Lava is still up though, so that's still the utility they really need to take care of some of those Goyo shields and do the site construction they need to. I mean, it's still there. So yeah, there's not a ton wasted there. So another thing to mention here is you see they've reinforced one of those walls now instead of leaving both of them soft there. Resolve, they're able to get a nasty little kill there onto Lava. And with an ADS placed in there as well, they're able to sort of cut off that angle. But Whitlock, they're able to take down Nexty as he unfortunately peeks the door there into Mini. But Resolve is just holding as tight of an angle as he can to make sure that no one can come and take care of him here. The nade will miss his shield entirely. Another smoke canister will come out to block the push for just a little bit longer here. I mean, they're playing this almost perfectly. With 48 seconds left, they're going to have to make a really big move if they want to get this plant down. None of those walls there are reinforced, so there's still plenty of spray ability through that soft wall. There's a lot Bonk has to do to make this work. They have to get another kill there. They have to take out one of the people on site. They won't be able to. There is Resolve there. Takes out Frozen as well. Hawks throws one out onto...
there it is.
Oh! Hawks gets a double kill there, taking out Whitlock and Woods there. Throws out a C4 and gets the quick little double. I thought he actually killed the IQ there initially, but he actually downed her and then got the double finish off there. And that is it's UltraLight pulling it down to round number 12, 6-5. And this is where I thought this was going. I mean, it's 6-5, and Bonk will, if I had to guess, and they're going Vent Workshop UltraLight. Have you not learned your lesson? UltraLight. Yeah, sorry. I hate to say it, but this is Bonk's map. I mean, this is 100% Bonk's map. I mean, you can't. I'm massively disappointed because you can't go to a site 3 times. You've lost it twice, and you can't go to a 3rd time expecting it to work. I mean, you absolutely can't. I mean, not without massive changes, which it doesn't look like they're doing. I mean, they really haven't changed much at all.
I mean, honestly, just put people upstairs, dude. Just put people and utility upstairs.
I mean, stick Psycho and Hawks upstairs.
Okay, Mozzie's different. They didn't have Mozzie.
Okay, yeah, that is different. That's fair. They are bringing the Mozzie this time, which is a little bit different.
They also
put him upstairs. They've actually switched.
They're reinforcing custom side. Yeah, yeah, that's what I mean. They're reinforcing custom side because they played horizontal and they're dedicated reinforcements downstairs instead of upstairs, which tells me that despite taking Mozzie, still not playing upstairs.
No, another thing to mention is
Firemeister
has no reinforcements, and he's come up there expecting to reinforce or put down bandit charges maybe, or he's bullet holes. I don't know. This is a very, very weird hold. Now they are putting more. They're putting more up here though, but
oh, they are aggro.
They're very, very aggro. I mean, you see the bullet holes there from Firemeister there. I mean, he's fallen off of them. But you saw the run out there almost coming out there from Psycho, and Siberian's waiting for it. Siberian knows it's coming, and he's sitting there waiting for it. And it looks like he's going to try and contest... he's going to try and contest Psycho here, but he won't be effective. Psycho there will very quickly trade back shots with the P10 Rhodey, and that will be Siberian done and does it, but not before Psycho takes quite a bit of damage himself. And already this hold is working out just a little bit better for UltraLight. That top control netting them a kill.
That was almost such good play off the drone. You know, he saw him rotating out of east stairs back towards the hallway, and he pre-fires the windows, and Psycho's just like, what if instead of running, I just turn around and fight you? And he won. And it worked out. So that's why, you know, you always pre-fire barricades. You know, you never know when it's gonna work out. Bullet holes, though, not working out for Hawks, unfortunately. It looked like maybe playing by that as Resolve will fall on a lava, though. Whitlock will trade him out, but still a 3v4 man advantage in the favor of UltraLight, and this is the best chance they've got since never, I guess, to actually win a Vents Workshop round. Firemeister's still upstairs on the Bandit, looking for an easy frag. Psycho lit up, but so is Whitlock on the Buck. And your Buck is never really the person you want, who's only 1 bullet's worth of HP. Taking those fights through the floor as the ceiling falls from above Nexty, but he's not going to move as Whitlock will kill off the Bandit upstairs. So, back to an even 3v3 as Habana opens up the server dropdown. But still, a minute left, too, as the Archives hatch will now go down as well. So, again, Bonk with this upstairs presence have just made it work every round, and there's just nobody on site. Psycho's customs, Nexty's by tellers, or like outside the tellers wall, and Hawks is positioned outside the workshop door. Woods finds the frag on Nexty because he's on the yokai, so playing that IQ very well as the two players will rotate back to site. Psycho gets droned out though, so they know exactly where he is, might be able to cut off his rotate as he's only 1 bullet's worth of HP, and man advantage is back in Bonk's favor. They know exactly where this Mozzie is, just following him all around. Whitlock with the pistol to finish him off. It's a 1v3 for Hawks to save the map. Plant starting to go down from Frozen as well, but there's cover. He'll get lit up, and it's from the server that he'll get killed. Oh no, actually all the way from the Archives hatch. He gets killed by Woods. That's a 7-5 victory for Bonk because Hunt's Workshop, for both teams, 0-3.
Yeah. I really don't understand why they went back there. I mean, they changed a little bit, but not enough to make it work. So, yeah, that'll be a 1-1 there.
Because they dedicated manpower, but not utility.
Yeah.
That allowed them just to push in. Okay, but yeah, all right, we're going to set up map number 3 now. So another short break is in order as we get, like, you know, the coin flip and sides and stuff like that. So don't go anywhere. We will be back for map number 3, the Decider Cafe, in just a few minutes.
Broken alone, I feel the rain crashing down all around this empty town. I'm searching for the lost and found, but you don't care, you're unaware. Keep moving like the scars aren't even there. It's in the air like a blazing flare. Just stare 'cause the flames will burn us. I thought you were the one for me, that's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. I used to kiss your head when you cried for me. Hold your hand while the pain was over. Keep you warm by the roaring sea. Oh, you meant the world to me. Like shadows in the atmosphere, charting the stratosphere. Yeah. I prayed for you and kept you near in hopes you'd chase away my fears. I'm on my own, you made it so, and now I'm chasing nightmares through. I used to run with you through the great big leaves, laugh at you when you laugh at me. Hope for us because I believe the home was just you and me. I thought you were the one for me, that's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, I'm gonna do this on my own. No point in blaming you, you did not know. Oh, I thought you were the one for me, that's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me.
My heart rages around like an ocean in my head, because there are so many things that I left unsaid. I can almost feel you walking in the distance, but I know that it's not reality. If you are echoing around inside these parallel dimensions all alone, know I'll find you in my dreams. My heart rages around like an ocean in my head. I can almost feel you walking in the distance, but I know that it's not reality. If you are echoing around inside these parallel dimensions all alone, know I'll find you in my dreams. I can almost feel you walking in the distance, but I know that it's not reality.
We both have thoughts of leaving when thoughts get thrown around. But we keep going on believing, and on till we're all cried out. 'Cause we don't feel like throwing it all away. We don't feel like it. But this time it's not about escaping. We don't feel like it. going on believing. And on till we're all cried out. 'Cause we don't feel like throwing it all away. We don't feel like it. But this time it's not about escaping. We don't feel like it.
Welcome back to map number 3 between Bonk and UltraLight. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going the distance. The decider is Cafe. If you were not with us, it was a 7-5 victory for both teams on each of their respective maps. UltraLight winning Clubhouse, Bonk winning Border. Now we head to Cafe. Starting on the attack first is UltraLight. They will get defense in OT, but we'll see how it plays out. Now, last time these teams faced off, it was Bonk who won the map, as Bonk will actually take Nomad off the board first, so definitely much heavier reliance on Gridlock now likely going to come out from the attack.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, Cafe is in your words. I think it puts it best. It's a monkey map. It's something that it's kills. It's just raw killing potential, and just who can click the most heads in the shortest amount of time is who wins these maps.
That's how Border is too.
I feel like it's less. I think it's less so on Border. I feel like on Border it falls a little bit more. There's a little bit more strategy to it. I mean, you have to hold in certain ways in order to win. I mean, you saw when there was no top floor control for UltraLight on Vent Workshop. I mean, it just fell apart because you have to have top floor hold.
Did you say Border is more strat heavy than Cafe?
Yes, I did.
I have to stop you there, Chief. Hold on, wait a minute. What? Bruh? Carpe disagrees too. Cafe is way more strat heavy. What do you mean? There's so much utility play. Border is like hee hee hoo hoo, soft destruction, click heads. I mean, Cafe is still a bit of a monkey map, but I feel like there's a lot more play, like especially in piano, and you got like Wamai and Goyo and Castle and Smoke and Maestro and all those guys. As you can see, Wamai, Goyo, Jaeger. What are you talking about, Love?
I don't know.
You hit it.
All right. I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you.
And before you get roasted in chat, the minute that sentence leaves your mouth.
I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for it to happen. I'm absolutely waiting for it to happen.
Yes, I certainly hope it does. So, Bar Cocktail gonna be first from Bonk, as they are bringing out the utility dump meta. They've got a shield on the side of the Wamai, as well as the 3 Goyos. You've got ADSs, as well as the magnets for anti-projectile. There's a little bit of drone denial on the side of Woods as well, and Whitlock on the Echo, just for that added, again, intel, as well as plant denial. On the side of UltraLight, though, as we said earlier, the Nomad Band is going to force the Gridlock to come out from Psycho, as this map definitely lends itself to flank play. On the side of the defense, Hawks, as well as Nexty there with the nades and the impacts to help deal with those shields, and resolved, obviously, on Thermite, because you need Thermite, and you need to bring IQ when there's both a Valkyrie and an Echo still unbanned.
Yeah, so... Yeah, with the Echo unbanned, I'm surprised I'm not seeing it. So we are seeing it from Whitlock. I just completely and totally missed that.
Nice.
But I think it's going to be interesting how that's played, because already Psycho going to be taking down Lapa there. It's a big pick early on, as Lapa has been a pretty big fragger for Bonk here.
Yeah, he dropped 20 on the first map, and I'm pretty sure he was the lead on border as well. So him going down first, things looking good for UltraLight in this first round. Early control of red as well. Only a minute expended, and you've already taken out the man playing in Cigar, who had a shield, by the way. I think they're droning out to make sure that's not a Goyo shield, so next you can just hammer it, which it is a Goyo shield, so they're not going to be able to do that. And taking out the Signal Disruptor. I mean, there's players in Piano, but is it... Well, not really in Piano. Frozen's in Bathroom. Is it castled off, or is it just open? I didn't notice before. No, it's just open. Okay. Interesting that the Goyo didn't try to pop the shield, but the red wall will go down. Frozen now, his position being bared down upon. They know exactly where he is. He's got the Goyo shield in Pixel, though, as the one in Cigar will get popped. Psycho just crouching up to the wall, though, actually finds the C4. What a quick reaction from him, and he'll take out Frozen. A double on the round, courtesy of taking that explosive out with the flick. And Psycho will find another to trade out Siberian. A triple on the round for the Gridlock. Psycho not happy about losing that last map, making his presence known early on, but will eventually be shut down by Woods as he throws his track stinger out, but it's not long before he's traded by Nexty. It's a 1v3 for Whitlock on the Echo. If there's any operator to do it, it's on him, but the plant's going down from Resolved. Now it's a post-plant situation, and he won't even find one. UltraLight take the first round handily.
Yeah, UltraLight already looking to be very strong during this match, but they looked really strong during the other match as well. I mean, they looked that they could have potentially kept it going, but I don't know. It's early to say, but that was so heavy-handed there by them that. Oh, and seeing Bonk go back, it's the curse of the repeat site. Now, it worked out for them once, but we've also seen it's been their downfall way too many times.
Yeah, so, I mean, the 2 site, though, like, going to the same site twice in a row is not as much of a cardinal sin as 3 times, so we'll see if they're able to win it out here. And, Valkyrie going to be swapped onto the Goyo now for Bonk. So instead of playing the utility dump, they'll instead opt for a little more intel. Now 5 different camera feeds in the Yokais and the Black Eyes, and likely her playing underneath on the C4. As you noticed, UltraLight knew there was no one downstairs. They didn't have to clear anything. They just had one man flank watching as the rest pushed to site. So now they've got another thing to worry about in Frozen. As Woods now on the mute as well, making the rotate into Bathroom. And I think they're probably, actually, they're not playing with that. So it's interesting that they've been opening up Bathroom, but not playing with the, the pseudo mirror shield either. They've just been opening it and having the player down by Pixel holding it. But again, he didn't do anything. He got shut down pretty readily. So, what, the Pixel shield? No, they had a Pixel shield. So, yeah, who knows? But, same operator lineup coming out for the attack, though. Still bringing the Sledge with the nades, still on the Zoth as well. Still Psycho on his Gridlock that he got the 3K on, just walking into Piano. And, they're walking up red and into Piano. So there's no one playing Cigar this time. Lava not positioned there, as that's. I mean, UltraLight did a lot with that control, and at least they're not sacrificing a Goyo shield there though, because of course there is no Goyo. They've only got the one on the side of. Actually, no, they have another on Whitlock, which I assume is placed farther back by Cocktail. They got the one in the hands of Siberian. Is Psycho again pushing up close on the. In Cigar, as the red wall will go down on the hands of the Thermite. As well as Zofia, I'm not sure. I thought it went off, and I think he just missed the shield? I don't know. Stun's coming out to burn out the ADS, though, and the pop-up from Goyo will find Hawks, or the pop-up from Siberian will find Hawks, but Resolved frags him back. And that's an early refrag, a minute 20 left. Psycho trying to move in and get some sprays down, but still UltraLight at a standstill with a minute 15 left on the board. Things looking pretty decent for Bonk so far as Whitlock through bullet holes finds Resolved. trade out his dead teammate of Siberian. Oh yeah, there were the magnets. As Psycho's now made his way into bathroom though, but from the skylight, Firemeister actually loses his fight. We've seen a lot of attackers lose that, despite Skylight previously being a very advantageous position. Psycho finds another one on Frozen, nearly takes out Woods, but takes a lot of heat for his trouble as the Sludge will now move into bar. Woods will finish off the gridlock, and it's 3v1 for Nexty. Not looking as well, and just sprinting around, he gets finished off by the Mutant. Woods, Bonk with 3 men up, take the round by the same margin that UltraLight did. So that shield in the corner of Pixel. I actually don't know what that means. Roll backing? I don't know what roll backing is. If anyone in chat knows what roll backing is, feel free to educate us. Someone just asked why they're not playing Thatcher. Thatch banned. All right. Yeah, that round was just the shield definitely delayed a lot more, and they didn't give 3 free picks to Psycho. A lot of wasted utility on the 1-9 as well, so. Now going down to reading, though. The normally tertiary site gonna come out second. Interesting that they're not playing kitchen yet, but they'll likely go to that third. So the way you defend reading is very similar to how you hold top floor. You hold back and cocktail with just less utility and manpower. Some teams decide to devote reinforcements and extend into freezer as well, but it's I mean, it's common, but no, they're just going to fully reinforce off freezer. So no interior freezer pressure from the defense. Just going to be playing back and cocktail, it looks like, with the Mozzie and the Jaeger. Echo playing down on site. So no ACOG upstairs to challenge the long angle into Cigar. So that could maybe afford UltraLight some control over long. Maybe crouch walking into bar to get into freezer. I'm sure Resolve can open that wall, but it's already an opening pick for Hawks onto Whitlock before Woods trades him off. Where was that? Did he sprint up White? He just sprinted White. Okay, well, Hawks with the opening frag, I guess. But traded back quickly.
Bomb located by attackers.
That was interesting. I mean, he got Mozzie. That's a big pick, but you lose your buck, your main soft breach. He also lit Woods up, so that's that's good. But I mean, that's the utility though. I think is still like that soft breach. I think is more important for UltraLight than Mozzie is for Bonk. So confusing play, but now peeking through the holes, almost able to spot the mute, but Woods finds the headshot on Psycho, a double on the round through that slim angle through the floor for Woods. Nade maybe trying to clear the player on White as I think Frozen just flicked onto his own teammate's corpse. The nade gets burnt by an ADS though. Not sure why they didn't think that would be there. That's a pretty common spot up by pallets to protect those players on White, and playing around that area is resolved. Trying to go for that thermite charge on the freezer. And it's slow goings for UltraLight yet again. And this is what happened last round, and it really forced them to push him with no time left. They're able to finally get freezer open, and that's going to prompt the defenders to fall back. But no, Woods finds a C4 on Nexty, and the Jaeger will persist upstairs. Firemeister's also very lit up, and things are falling apart here for UltraLight. They can't even get Lava off, who will finally default back down through the laundry hatch, but his job is done. He wasted 2 minutes and got 3, he wasted 2 minutes, and Woods from down below got 3 picks. That is an excellent roam with support from the mute. Firemeister he's almost the next victim for Woods. Coming back up through the floor, but Resolve finds Frozen, but he's, again, very lit up in the process. Woods looking for this ace. His SMG-11 will drop these last 2 players quite swiftly. They were literally flat Stanley. A Siberian finds Resolve, so ace denied. Still a 3 count on the round for the Mute, though, as Firemeister is the last one left in a 1v3 on 25 HP against some very powerful weapons, and it's the prone peek from Lava to find him. And Buck will win reading. The 3K from Woods. That was, yeah, I'm not sure why. Oh. I wonder if that's just because they're French Canadian. I wonder if that's just like a translation thing. So that might just be what they call it. So yeah, Buck rushed white and died. For like no reason. I mean, he got a pick and then died, and then there was like no soft breach. They took so long. They delayed 2 minutes upstairs.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many
So
bombs as they can.
that was just a poor clear there from UltraLight as we now move down into kitchen.
Attackers have discovered the location of a bomb.
And so the typical secondary site will come out third. And things are looking good for Bonk so far. Both the rounds, so the round that they lost was just courtesy of Psycho walking in and getting 3 free picks. If the entry from UltraLight doesn't
10 seconds to insert.
get, like, if UltraLight can't snowball, it seems they get shut down. At least that's how it's been so far at the beginning of this map. So
Attackers' objective is to
Bonk have been playing it well. They've been playing a little more reserved, I feel like, towards the beginning of the round. Hawks, you know, not rushing up white this time. That's a good sign. The drones are coming out, though, to maybe drone him in. But Siberian upstairs, so top floor, or not top floor, but middle floor pressure here from Bonk, as the roam is quite important on this site, especially when you know that the enemy team is bringing plenty of soft breach in the Buck, the Sledge, and even technically the Zofia and the Gridlock, with the breaching, or with the impact rounds on Zof, the super shorty secondary for Psycho. So if you know the enemy team is bringing all that, you really got to help hold it. And it's a C4 up the top, will actually not connect, and the nade takes out the batteries, as well as Whitlock. But he's an easy retrieval for Woods, but Psycho opens it up on Siberian. That top floor player coming back downstairs to assist his team will fall, and now, I mean, Lava trades off, but he's downed, and Whitlock is very low, as well as Nexty and Psycho. So Psycho finishes off Lava, though, so the downed player will be confirmed, but there's no more top floor presence, and they've still got the Buck full HP, and you see the Zofia doing good work. He's able to find Frozen through the floor. Nexty is well onto Woods, and it's a 1v4 for Whitlock, who was downed earlier, so he's only got 20 HP. Things are not looking good.
attackers recover the
I mean, he almost finds one, but actually not able to. Hawks finishes him off as he was very lit up. That was a wow. That was a dominant attack for UltraLight with 4 men still up. And I mean, that was such an early freezer breach, and it was just really good flank watch. And because the players who were upstairs tried to come back down, they defaulted and just kind of died. And because they defaulted and died, UltraLight were like, okay, that means we can go upstairs now because they came back. And you saw the Zofia making good use of that, as well as the Sledge, getting those picks through the floor. And easy cleanup. Kitchen goes the way of UltraLight. Now even 2-2, but that will unlock Bar. For Bonk. I almost called the Bark. For Bonk. Bar Cocktail. They're 1-1 on the site, but as soon as they stopped playing Utility Dump, they won it for whatever reason. Maybe they were relying on the Utility Dump too heavily, and UltraLight just decided that they were just going to push around it. So, pick up the Kite instead. Kite's a change, so Frozen, not running
5 seconds to insertion.
not running the Valkyrie. Instead, going to offer those Electro Claws, but they should be easy pickings for Firemeister if they're not directly protected. Frozen gets a good spot there to cover the red walls, and you will have to push into Cigar to try and get that Electro Claw. You can't get it from below, so that's a pretty good find there as he plays at the bottom of red. And it's a very, very similar hold. The only real difference is Siberian is actually playing aggro and piano, and because of that, Psycho, with his third opening kill of the game, will take out the Wamai, and that's a really big pick because, akin to Legion, his utility regenerates as the round progresses. So he probably got 2 magnets out, and now he won't get the other 3. And they are mighty important in this meta that we currently find ourselves in. So a good first pick by Psycho. Siberian, unfortunately, I guess, not getting back to the Pixel Shield in time. I'm not sure what he was doing before that. Oh, that's going to result in him losing his life. Unfortunate, as one breach, I assume, on the red wall is going to be opened by the Thermite, but the C4 from below, actually, that's why he was downstairs. It was a pre-placed, and that'll find the Thermite. But Hawks follows it up on the lava, and because they have the bar wall already prepped open and soft, the Thermite's not necessary if they're going for this default plant. So Gridlock will finish opening that up with her Super Shorty, and I mean, it's just not that big of a trade out, especially when you lose another man in lava. So UltraLight looking in a much better position than they were their second go around of the attack here, but there's still an Echo they've got to deal with. They have the IQ on the board of the Firemeister, but it doesn't look like he's in a position to contest them right now. No, he's on flank watch duty against the Mute of Woods, who will get droned out. Firemeister now trying to chase him down, but he rotates up white in time. So Firemeister now really losing out on that kill in this 3v4 with only 55 seconds left. His bullet hole being held by Whitlock as well. He was holding that last round. He was able to get a pick off of it, but it's Hawks to try and flank around. But Psycho just moves in, finds 2. A triple on the round for him as Sledge just walks in and cleans up Woods and Bathroom. So wow, okay. The Gridlock just... How did they... They had Yokais up in bar. How did he just walk in through the cocktail door? I guess. Yeah, I mean, but they had Yokais up. No, I thought they positioned one towards the center of bar as well. Oh, I thought yeah, okay. I thought he moved it farther up, but yeah, wow, okay. So a great, again, pouncing on the opportunity by Psycho, and now both rounds that they were able to win, it's Psycho getting 3 free picks on Gridlock. And that's unfortunate. Because they'll go down to reading now. So reading the site, they did win their first go around. And it's, yeah, I mean, it's 3-2 UltraLight on their attack of Cafe. So things are looking good for them, but if the site went the way it did last time, then we should be looking at a tie half. Yeah. So if UltraLight do tie up the half, it should be an advantage in their favor. As Psycho's already made his way down on, like, mid-red. It's Lava and Frozen upstairs, this time bringing a castle, which actually, no, they brought a castle last time they defended here. But Whitlock is alive still, and so is Hawks. So no white rush for the Buck to, I guess, get traded out immediately, which is good. That's a good change, as Psycho's made his way all the way up bar. And this is the position last time that Woods was able to make, so, like, he made such good use of that. just by peeking up through that little slim line, he got, what, 3 kills, I think? But a C4 will miss, but Firemeister opens it up onto Lava, one of the upstairs players. That's the Jaeger who is playing by pallets, goes down first. An excellent first frag by Firemeister. Trying to get refragged by Frozen, but not found. So, man advantage will persist for UltraLight. And, that pre-placed C4 won't hit anything. Unfortunate. These angles, I guess UltraLight now very aware of them, able to expertly avoid them, as Hawks will just make, have his way with the floor. But it's Whitlock to find Psycho. No Rampage for the Gridlock this round. Mozzie finds him, is now just meleeing the tracks on red though. Frozen making his ascent to the top floor, and I don't know if they have a drone on that. Doesn't look like they might be aware, but a long angle being held by Siberian does not work out. Firemeister will find him, and that's your Echo dead. Resolved also finds Frozen on the flank, and advantage UltraLight. 4 on 2, looking to put themselves up on the half 4-2. So things looking good for them. Hammering on the castle barricade on the doorway, though. It's being held close by Woods, but the shots fired at their feet should reveal his position. They should know exactly where he is. He's going to get flashed out and finished off by Hawks. Whitlock finds one on Firemeister. A double on the round for him. He's got to do with these tracks. He's going to shoot him open. And now top floor pressure regained by the defense. He's getting the pings, though, and he's able to down Resolve. So, Diffuser no longer being planted. 7 seconds left. They're going to try and make their way into the other side or try and find this kill. Still pings going out onto Hawks. Will he win the fight against Nexty, though? No, it's the prone from the sledge to finish him off. And UltraLight, though messy, yeah. Though messy, they still take the round. Whitlock able to retake top floor, but not enough, just the manpower was just in the favor of UltraLight. They were able to rotate someone back upstairs to cover him. So, well played. And now it's, like Carpe said, 4-2 at the half for the attack. Psycho 9-4 in 6 rounds, doing very well for himself as we go to Kitchen first. Not Bar. So, yeah, UltraLight just in the advantage significantly. I almost spelled efficiently wrong. Let's see how they're trying to hold this. No freezer reinforcements just yet. Firemeister upstairs getting the hatch. I wonder if they're going for a VIP hold, as they're reinforcing garage too. They're leaving freezer soft for now. Yeah, I mean, if they're reinforcing garage, I assume they're going for VIP. Does anyone have a shield? Smoke's got a shield. Where'd he put it? It's on prep though. Okay. Huh. Yeah, they're going for the half. Yeah, they're going for the half open. But the thing is, yeah. Well, it's because normally you make it rotatable, but you also have a shield in VIP with someone playing it. So, I guess it's just Psycho just trying to play it with his guns, I guess?
A bomb has been located.
Yeah, well. We'll see how it works out, as it's already bakery control for Bonk. No one's going... Is anyone going topside, though? Alright, so Siberian's droning himself in, so he'll be able to use the Buck. But Psycho's there to try and contest him. He's just waiting for the Buck to start opening the floor so he can move upstairs, but I believe he just got droned out, and he'll actually rotate all the way up top. So, oh, that's actually a nice angle being held by Siberian, but won't find anything. And now everyone rotating to that second floor to try and get to work on the soft breach. And they're going to have to take out Psycho. Psycho's been a menace so far throughout all these rounds. And now he's rotating down red, spots the Buck, but no, whiffs the shots, will light him up, but not finish him off. And now they know where Psycho is positioned. Unfortunate as the breach will fall. Bakery wall now open courtesy of Woods' thermite. A minute 20 left as well. Bonk. Decent time. A Firemeister just swinging the breach will take out Woods. Won't find the Zofia though. Lava trades him out to find the Bandit. 4v4, trying to walk into A, and Lava will just collect a free kill on Resolved as well as Hawks. Amazing play so far from Lava. The C4 through the prep window will shut him down though. So a 3K, but no more. As it's now Psycho falling to Frozen. It's all up to Nexty in a 1v3. Siberian doesn't know where he is though, so he'll get that free frag. But it's a plant going down. 3 seconds left as Nexty has to find the IQ of Whitlock covering, wrapping around, finds him in Wedding. That's an easy cleanup for Bonk. A great 3K on the round for Lava as well. Despite Firemeister opening things up on the Woods. If you want to. Alright, that's up to you. I thought they could hear you. Oh. Rip. Yeah, Lava they just let Lava walk into prep, and he killed everyone. So, some of these rounds, man, just kind of come down to someone. Like, there's so many of these rounds. Like 4 of these rounds so far have come down to just someone walking in and killing people because no one's covering. So, well played by Lava. They had what, 3? No, 2 people up at the end of that. They're gonna try kitchen again. Okay. I hope it's not the. Well, I mean, if it's the exact same setup, I mean, just don't let Lava walk in, man. Like, if Firemeister, I think if Firemeister held the breach, like after he got that first pick, if he just held the breach like prone, he might have won the fight against Lava, but he swung it wide, trying to get away. And that was what afforded Lava the kill. And Lava was like, okay, I killed one guy, I'm gonna walk into prep. Or not into prep. Yeah, he walked through the prep doorway, or did he walk through the breach?
He walked through the prep doorway. So
he
they had the
prep
breach,
door, yeah.
but Smoke. So what happened was Smoke rotated off the shield over to Smoke.
Yeah, because he was stuck behind the chassis.
Was just like walking in. He wasn't stuck behind the chassis though, because he was protected. Like he literally has to like back up, pre-fire the angle, and then he's back on the shield. He initially got shot. He initially got shot, I think, with this sliver that I'm lining up here. But then Zofia just chased him after she got the pick onto the Bandit. The Bandit was covering the breach.
Yeah.
So.
Can they hear you, by the way?
Yeah. I'll add now that they've kited this bakery wall, which has now been immediately shot by Whitlock.
Oh, because they're not holding bakery.
Yeah, which is fine. You're burning utility and stuff, but you could have put it in a slightly more like precarious spot, so it was harder to take. The Maverick gonna open it up, didn't it? I mean, I just realized it. Yeah, they're just like opening up against sightlines. They realize what their win condition is in this case, like getting Lava to pop off. They're like, all right, let's just open up some holes. Whitlock peeks through and gets at least one and lights up another. Yeah, he lights up Firemeister. Actually, they lose that. My bad. I completely misread what was happening.
No, Lava
but
TK'd
he is
Whitlock.
Gonna get. Oh, okay.
But he
so
it back.
Yeah, so they definitely have the right idea here. I'm gonna guess it's on the right side there. He didn't get enough on the right side. She's gonna go ahead and pop this shield. Smoke canister's gonna come out. Yeah, he's looking for it, but he's trying not to get himself killed. He sees it there on the right. Yep, there it goes. Lava's gonna pop it open in just a second. Oh no!
Good night!
Firemeister's just gonna find the longing all the way back from Freezer.
That was an impressive shot from him, dropping Lava on the floor. And now that's another one for Nexty on Siberian upstairs. The Buck will die as there's no one there with him. He was just alone. So no trade back.
Yeah, that's what he did last round, and it was fine. So
they had drones in front of him. No, I don't think they droned that time.
No, he was.
That's a waste of a nade.
Good pre-fire.
Yeah, great timing there from Resolve. He must have heard the nade being pulled, as the pin is pretty distinct.
Well, the first one, he also had a nade get thrown from the exact same spot, like 2 seconds prior. Ooh, Smoke getting down. Great shots coming out. Let's see what else is going on. This is castled off, so it doesn't. He's really just being held on the long angle. Frozen, gonna find the other one. Castle was last seen upstairs, holding in the breaker. I think he knows. I don't know if he knows the fuser's down, but we'll pop on this perspective. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like he probably does, but I mean, Frozen's got 2. He's got to fight with the Castle from above, though, but it doesn't look like he saw him. No, okay, he's behind the cabinet.
No,
Castle sees him,
no
though,
idea.
and he shuts it down. So, from a 1v4 to a 1v2, but still, the round win for UltraLight. Now they put themselves up, what was it, 5-3.
Yes. Which,
So still in the advantage.
I'll add that coming into the side switch, it looked like at least after round 7, it's like, okay, it's a 4-2 in favor of the attackers. Based on precedent, like, this is a defense decider map, 4-2 on attack's amazing. Awesome. We've seen crazier stuff happen. We've seen Maverick Thatcher ban attacker-sided Clubhouse. We could see an attacker-sided, like, Cafe from time to time. So, and given how much he seems to have been going back and forth, I just kind of expected it.
Yeah.
And I'll add that rounds 1 and 2 were UltraLight win, Bonk win, and then this one was Bonk win, UltraLight win. So we could just see I think it's still up in the air. Like, I don't think UltraLight is guaranteed ahead, given how the series is going, and given that, like, it's in their book. Like, it's in their playfield to, like, close it out, because they have the lead. They only need 2 more rounds out of the next 4, including this one. It's just a matter of they just need to do it.
Yeah, and is Love back?
I don't know. Don't think so. Yeah, I'm stepping in. Love had to step away to deal with a personal issue. Nothing crazy, just helping someone.
Oh well. Because she dropped from the call and then joined back, so I don't know if she was back or not.
Yeah.
Guess not.
I don't know. It's okay. I'll cover until. It's alright.
Yeah.
So your voice doesn't get shut up because, if you weren't aware, we have a series after this. After this map, we will be seeing Team Nobu take on Bread Baggers, who just recently joined the invite based on our qualifiers.
Yep.
I'm kind of excited to see it, to be honest, just so we, like, it's the first time we're seeing a new team, and they're going up against the powerhouses of Team Nobu, like, back-to-back, like, invite champions. Like, it doesn't get much more insane than that. I was gonna go ahead. Was he gonna? Oh, I thought he was gonna pre-fire Psycho in this position. Psycho's getting. Oh, okay, no, he's behind the thing. So Psycho's playing very aggressive in piano, but which is interesting. Yeah. Oh, they actually have 2.
Yeah, 2 people playing behind the
well.
stage.
Yeah.
Resolve. Do you want to hit the drone? Nope. Guess not. Okay.
He's not getting aggressive.
Lava, though, doesn't know about the Jaeger. I don't think he droned him out, and he's going to get swung on by Resolved as Siberian trades back on the Firemeister. So, even across the board right now, but still the opening pick for UltraLight. And they right now have 7 of the opening picks in, yeah, in 9 rounds.
Now,
and that's only because Whitlock was TK'd.
Yeah. Now, do you have the stat for how many times they've? Well, I guess their conversion rate is 5 for 7. So that's pretty good. Of being able to convert the rounds where they get the opening pick. So.
And it's been primarily Psycho and Firemeister getting those. And
that
Psycho
was
will
great
follow it up
goal.
on Whitlock. That was a dirty shot onto the IQ, and that's 2-0 for UltraLight for Bonk's 1. And there is no drones. Siberian's the only one with drones actually left, and they're already pre-placed. Make that 1 left, as he's controlling it right now. And never mind, no more drones for the attack, as it's Psycho to find another because they just don't know where he is. Gas canisters come out to choke them as well, and things are just falling apart for Bonk. UltraLight looking to put themselves on match point, but Psycho's been down, so at least a little bit of a frag back as he's finished off by Frozen. Freezer's castled off. There's no free angle there for Woods into there. And another gas canister to choke out the Thermite. They're just wasting time at this point. 30 seconds left. But I think Frozen and Woods might be able to do it. They have been hot on their guns, well, not hot, but they were hot on their guns last map, certainly. As the Thermite and the Gridlock will both move through the cigar doorway. the castle barricade is prepped for the Ella as well, and she's, you know, close range. That Scorpion just tears people apart, and it's only 10 seconds left for the attackers to make something happen. They'll find the smoke playing cocktail, though, a 2v2, but bursting out of the freezer. Hawk streets back onto Woods. A 1v2 for Frozen, but the castle finds her. And it's UltraLight to win round number 9 and put themselves on match point. A masterful piano hold from the likes of Resolved and Psycho.
Now, here's a fun statistic, and I don't know if you have it. How many of round wins did the team who won the round actually get their second kill first?
I
think given how much these teams have gone tit for tat, I think that's an interesting statistic, only because it would kind of give an idea of how many of these rounds are coming down to clutches.
Yeah.
And like disadvantage.
I've been marking how many players are still up at the end of each round.
Okay, yeah. So on what is it so far? What's the average? Like 3 up?
Let's see. All of Bonk's wins have been 2 of them were 3 up, 1 of them was 2 up. All of UltraLight was 3 up. 3 up, 3 up, 4 up, 4 up, 3 up, 2 up, 2 up.
Okay.
So nothing's been won by a clutch so far.
Yeah. So nothing. Well, no crazy clutches. We've like it could. The reason I asked
nothing
that too
notable.
is nothing notable. The reason I asked is because sometimes you get like 2v5s that are just.
Yeah, I would have written that down.
Yeah, we don't have anything like crazy like that. I don't think so far because he seems to be going for tit for tat.
Yeah, I think the craziest thing would have been like a 3v4 or a 2v3, which I wouldn't have written down.
Yeah. So and that's what I'm saying, like, because. So we don't have as many clutches, but it's still potentially a thing of numbers, where maybe the team that's going down those members, especially in a map like this, is just unable to recover the fact that they are now at a numbered disadvantage. In this case, a 3v4, because a 4v5 is not as scary because you think, okay, we're gonna lose one anyway on entry. A 3v4 is like, okay, we've lost our second person, now they have a distinct numbers advantage. So.
Yeah, wow, up through the hatch.
How did
I have not seen that C4 work in a long time.
It worked last year during playoffs.
Oh, that's true. And Firemeister will get the opening frag. That is the 3rd opening frag for him this game.
Nice.
As they're now what? 8 for 10?
We're on round 9, bud. So 8 for 9.
7, 8. No, we're on round 10.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so they're 8 for 10 now, and Whitlock, unfortunately, has not been performing this whole series so far as Psycho finds lava and gets away!
Now, can you imagine if he actually saw the lion earlier? He one-taps the lion, then turns and clicks on the...
That would actually be pretty funny, as through the wall, wow, just the FO12 from Hawks destroying Siberian on the buck, and at least, I mean, Woods refragging Hawks, Resolve trying to run away, but his head is caught. An excellent frag by Woods, vaulting over the white railing, and again, it's Woods and Frozen in a 2v3.
Now, this is the kind of situation I was talking about prior, so it's like we see... UltraLight was able to get their second frag first after having an absurd first kill, but in the meantime, they actually got 2. They were in a 3v5, but then Bonk is able to come back and find the other 2 players, losing one in the process. Now we're in a 2v3. This is still a much better position than that 3v5. So, and the reason I bring that up is because the 3v5, they're like, Woods through the floor is such a great kill, putting them into an even 2v2. This could straight up go either way. He's still got one more EE1D up. Frozen's used all the track signals, was able to do some floor destruction with the Super Shorty secondary. Paulus has already used his C4. Psycho's not got anything notable, so this is still looking good for the attack.
Psycho's done plenty of things notable in previous rounds, and he's actually playing super close. He's able to shut down on the pre-fire on both. From Psycho bursting out the broken castle barricade. A 3K from Woods on the Lion, but it's not enough as Psycho cleans up, and that is a 7-3 on Cafe, the most dominant map we've seen from either of these teams tonight. can we see the scoreboard?
Oh yeah, we'll see it in a second, bud.
Oh yeah, I forgot I was leaving in a sec. 15 for Psycho. Woods 10 and 8.
Yeah.
Wow, 15 and 7. Psycho popped off on the Jaeger. That's kind of insane. So, can we get? Do you think? No, we don't have time. It's already 10 o'clock. So, we're gonna cut to a short break after that series. That was a wow. That was really well played from UltraLight there at the end on Cafe. But we are going to try and get everything prepared for the next match as soon as possible. It's going to be Team Nobu versus Breadbaggers, the back-to-back Invite Series champions versus the new blood in our series coming through the open quals. So stick around. It'll be a few minutes for us to set up the game, but it'll be there shortly.